it might not be what people wanted to hear. The Fed apparently saying in these minutes that a few officials, quote, could have supported no rate cuts in September. So we got the 25 basis point cut, but according to these minutes, there were a couple officials that could have voted to not cut rates during that meeting. However, in general, apparently most Fed officials, notably not all, but most Fed officials, saying that it's likely appropriate to ease policy more this year, and that apparently the majority of the Fed members did emphasize upsized risks to the inflation outlook. So in general, to sum it up, guys, all three of those comments maybe a little bit more hawkish than we were expecting. Again, check out Exit TTV Research. I will be posting these updates. Back to you.
Fake news.
I'm not fake news, Trump. How dare you?
What's going on, everybody?
Yo, what's up? We're just talking about, so what do you think AMD's market cap is right now?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you off the bat.
Berkshire was 1 trillion. Yesterday.
Yeah, I'll go with. Burke was 1 trillion.
Burke is 1 trillion.
Is 1 trillion.
We were talking about it yesterday, and like, Nvidia is 4.5 trillion.
Yeah, Nvidia is 4.5. I'm gonna say AMD's just above. I'll say between 1 and 2 for sure.
So you're saying like 1.5 trillion.
Something around there, yeah.
So what if I told you it was 350
million?
Billion, not million.
Oh, billion. Sorry, yeah.
So you are off by
by about 1 billion.
80%.
Yeah, just over 1 billion.
So to your point, if you think that Nvidia AMD has room to run, oh boy. You're only at 300. That was before today. I mean, now today you're up 8%. So you're up. Let's go 400 billion.
Yeah.
So it is 1/10 the size of Nvidia.
Yeah, no.
So if you got caught up to there, then maybe you're at just a huge level. Oh boy, welcome everybody. I'm short the TQs. What we're talking about here is thankfully we're not short now on AMD. But I mean, we were short. We have a lot of actually pretty decent shorts, but we'll be out and down pretty good on AMD today, obviously, as it just continues to ride, right? Like, let's ride. Yeah, it is taking that seriously right now. It is riding and up 10% right there. And Obi, you were just saying that, like, okay, AMD now finally gets the stamp of approval sort of from the market here now that they can get these deals with OpenAI. They get these deals. There was even talk about them with Intel a couple days ago, or maybe that was finalized. But there we go, man. The buyers are here on AMD. Now, where does that take the whole sector? You know, today up 10% here, and NVIDIA's up, what, 1%? 2% now in change. NVIDIA is about $1.50, $2 away from all-time highs of 191. So you're getting pretty close to that. But it's AMD today that actually puts out all-time highs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, wow. I'd like to find the back end of this, Obi.
Yeah.
But we don't know where it exists.
She's looking real fine right now. Trust me, I'm looking for that backside as well.
Yeah, I think we are.
And it's extended. It's extended so, I guess, I don't know, so much. So crazily, whatever, you know, adjective.
Yep.
Words, adjective you wanna put on it.
That word,
it is definitely very impressive. Let's say that you got the leg, you got the pullback, you got the hold, consolidation above the highs. Nice consolidation. I think I really like this consolidation right here on AMD, and then boom, off to the races, man. It goes what 225s and then pushes to all-time highs, 227s and some change. We saw that. 230s came in straight through like butter. So oh boy, indeed. Advanced money destroyer. I mean, I renamed it off after that 35% prop, and I was like, this is an advanced money duplicator now.
Yes. We were trying to think of a new one, but you're right. Today your money's being duplicated.
Like the duplicator for real, man. It's just it was the underdog, and it finally got the seal of approval. And this is kind of what I was telling Sean right as we sat down.
What seal is that exactly, though?
Seal of approval from a strong AI company, being like, okay, well, first it was Nvidia. Nvidia is like, yeah, we're you know, our Blackwells, everybody's buying them. This is great technology for AI. It's being accepted. Whatever. Now AMD was missing that. AMD was missing the bid, and it was missing the deals. It was missing all of that sentiment and everything, and all of that seems like it's rushing into the name all right now. I mean, that's just me assuming and speculating. It's whatever, just voicing my opinions. But what I was getting at with the conversation we were having earlier was AMD got to #1 place in the constituents of the ES and the Nasdaq because of the AI bid. We know that Apple and Microsoft were kind of market leaders fighting for that #1 spot, and then Nvidia slowly made its way up there as well, and now leading the way by a ridiculous amount. Now, knowing that, the question becomes, what's the likelihood that AMD starts making its way up there? So I didn't know the market cap off the top, but I know that Nvidia is $4 trillion. AMD's 300 billion, so it's like, okay, well, it's got a long ways to go to be a market, to be a top constituent, but I'm really questioning its ability to do that. Like, genuinely, I'm being like, can it actually get there? Does it make sense? Absolutely no, but that's what got Nvidia to the top of the Nasdaq, so we're seeing some strong bidding here.
I don't even know where to pull this back. I was going to try to use, like, see, I mean, this is what I mean. Like, short, we got out of it when it blew up through. Then we were able to short that again and got out there. We were able to short there, short more and got out. So this last one we didn't really have too many outs. So that was a bad one as we broke through 229. We keep on. This is a 21 period moving average. So I think if you're going to try to play back, we at least need to crack that, which is 232.50. So we're getting close enough to doing that now, but yeah, 232.50, maybe even a 232 break. I think that's when I might try. Oh wow, that's when I might try it. Like, it just levitated 50 cents there. Like, it was just 233, and then it blinked and went to 233. I don't know what I've never, like, we coined that meme crazy on Nvidia, and this might be like meme on crack. Like, I don't really know how. Yeah. I've actually never really seen anybody on crack, but yeah. I do know that. Like, you know, like when you play Mario Kart and you get that orange mushroom, whatever, and you just hit the go button about 1,000 times, and it just goes like
just through everything.
Goes, like blast through everything. Like if there's like a Koopa.
The star. You're talking about the star.
No. The star is just continuously. It's it's that one little crack mushroom that you get. That it just goes, it runs out in about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Like, anyways.
I think
I must be describing it wrong because it's a very famous thing. But anyways, yeah, right now we are off to the races in this market. So, yeah, I don't know what it is. People, no, I know the star. It's the other one. It's the orange crack mushroom. I don't know what it's called. Oh man, the gold mushroom. I don't know. I am like golden mushroom. This is just. I'm thinking. Dude, this is just 233.
Yeah. Dude, this morning.
Maybe it is. Maybe it does have a star.
This was 211s, dude.
I don't know.
This was 211s off open.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was short. Yeah. So here's the move to the high side. Maybe there is no back-ended trade on this. I'm going to lose a little bit here shorting the futures, it looks like. Like, I was just thinking that we were at too many tops, man. The Nasdaq being up 1%. Government shutdown is in day 8 right now. No apparent talks about that. I was favoring the short, but you could see right here. We were short, blown out there. We went short again, profit, short again, profit, taken out. It looks like we're going to get taken out right now again, breaking through 35s. So if these futures continue to go higher, I'm giving this 5 more cents. Like, this is like a euphoric day again here for the Nasdaq, up 1%, ES up 0.5%. We'll go over all the sectors and everything, but wow, like, what an impressive move today for sure. Nvidia's now 234.50. Like, I don't even. You were talking about some of your friends, or well, we know the guy. We dropped his name. Maybe we didn't, so maybe I won't, but who had the AMD call over the weekend and dropped it, right?
Yeah, I mean, how could you have known?
No, that's what I mean. Yeah. Well, how could you have known? I mean, this name was 20-something yesterday, AMD, right? Like, what was it yesterday, 208 or something? Let me see. How low did we get yesterday? I can't even remember. Yeah, 209 yesterday, Obi, was the low. So, I mean, that's even just get a call option from yesterday. You're up $30. Well, let's call it $25 from yesterday's lows. Well, hence the 10%. So, pretty impressive move backside. All right, so we'll just wait to see if the futures eventually fall down or if they just get that golden crack bar mushroom, whatever it's called there, in Mario Kart, like AMD has right now. But I don't know, Obi. You tell me when you're thinking about it running down. I do have it up, and I'm trying to watch it. I hope everybody's had a great afternoon. The salmon was okay. It wasn't the greatest salmon. Did you like it?
It was okay.
It was okay. Yeah. It wasn't. It was just lemon dill. We were talking about the miso salmon or teriyaki salmon, whatever it was last week, was fire. It was fire. So
I really liked it. I think it was good.
Oh, you liked it today?
Yeah, it was. No, last week. I'm talking about last week. You were talking about the miso salmon. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Let's see. What did I do over the thing? I think I just got
Starbucks.
Nice. I got involved with this Nvidia short. I think right. We left off while I was kind of bag holding some shorts from the morning, so we can talk about that. I don't know if we're ready for Sharif. I didn't hear that.
We are.
Okay. All right. You know what? We'll do that after the rundown. Take it away, Sharif.
Welcome to the afternoon rundown, the show you decide what we talk about every afternoon. Obi in for Neil today again. But the big boys, they're locked and they're loaded and they're ready to look at the tickers as decided by you. But the only way to get those tickers right there is to get into the chat every day and vote for your favorite tickers. We cut it off at 2 o'clock, but you can vote right from the beginning of the show. Make sure to throw in that $ followed by the ticker of your choice. Let's start by looking at all 4 major averages. The ES is right at 6,800, which has been a point of resistance. We've been talking about that for a while. The NQ up nicely here, leading the way on all 4 major averages. 25,284, just south of 25,300. Another key area of technical resistance. Speaking of technical resistance, 47,000 back in focus for the Dow, which is lagging behind all 4 major averages today. The least strong, up 0.2, and the Russell 2000, good look, not quite at all-time highs, but gaining about 1% on the day. But let's get to the first ticker though. As decided by you, AMD right back and clearing all-time highs, up 10.86%. Really no new news on this one other than maybe some rating agencies chiming in on price and upgrades and downgrades, but it really is that deal with OpenAI that they struck a few days ago that the stock is continuing to run strong on. And Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang was actually asked about this in an interview he did on CNBC, and he said he was quite surprised that AMD offered 10% of the company, up to 10% of the company, of course, in the OpenAI deal. So Jensen, throw in some comments, guys, on the latest deal.
All right. Oh, man. I'm just like still trying to watch this play go higher. So we had just talked about the market cap of AMD, right? And I mean, I don't think this is updating currently. Yeah, probably not. Well, here, let me just refresh it, because if it is, then we'll get a refresh number, right? 380, okay, good enough. So yeah, so 380 on the board there for advanced micro devices. So yeah, you know, and you compare that, 342 there, and then we go into NVIDIA, and I don't want, you know, I'm not trying to compare these. I mean, I guess I am comparing them when I'm doing this, but that's not the purpose of the exercise here. What I'm just trying to show you is that there's a lot of room to grow. This is 4.5 trillion there for AMD, and I mean, they're kind of like, you know, they're not necessarily brothers or anything like that, but as one goes, so does the other, it seems like. But right here, just a nice move up. I could not have predicted this. Yesterday, we did have a little bit. The Nasdaq was down about 0.5. We saw AMD, and I was showing you what I thought AMD was prone to do. I mean, there's that big move up on the deal, right up to 228. Then it basically flushed all day into the lows. It closes at the lows. It's first day, right? That was Monday. And then yesterday, same type of thing. We gap higher right there, and then we close, not at the lows, but we, you know, it was pretty much a downside play almost all afternoon, bouncing off at 210. So 210, okay. And then here today, 210, the bottom, but it just takes off, and all these shorts just, okay, now maybe you're finally starting to come down a little bit, but all of these shorts finally, I guess, getting taken out, and yeah, just back-ended trade right there on AMD. Like, great upside play there. Congratulations, anybody that sniffed that one out. Obviously, I lost my whole day going short. We're still live. We're not in sim mode here or anything like that. But we're, you know, we have to be a little bit more careful now on how many shares we use, because we don't want to get blown out even more on this trade. But, oh boy, my mind is not wired for this, because I'm thinking about the short and when can we get that. But it looks like the long just has been bought up every single dip here. So there might have been one opportunity here from 10 to 11, sort of, where we dropped down $3 or $4. But right now, AMD definitely on one. And it's upside, and it doesn't look like it's stopping anytime soon here, Obi.
Oh, man, can't stop, won't stop. And I think we were using Mario, excuse me, references. I just feel like AMD got the star and is just running, just breaking through everything. It doesn't care, nothing's stopping it. Boom, 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 and it's just, you know, the bid cannot be broken as of right now, and it kind of looks like squeezing action. So let's go back to day one. So I was here on Monday, and if you guys were watching on Monday, something important that I want to point out that I do like to do is define those support and resistance levels from day one, especially when we got the most relative volume as well. So let's throw those on and see what AMD actually did with some of those levels. I pointed these out on day one if you were here on Monday. I pointed these out yesterday if you were here. I also pointed these out in the morning. Guess what? Did I take in a trade on AMD? No, I didn't. But support and resistance, man, time and time again, it's a beautiful thing right there. The first I mean, the lowest level was much lower down here at 196s. We're not really there, but this was that first kind of pop from that initial reaction. We pull back in, we find that resistance turn into support a little bit there. We reclaim, these are anchored VWAPs again from day one. So not only one level of confluence, 2 levels of confluence, 3 levels of confluence when we get above the 213 halves. And then breaking out of prior day's highs in and around 219s. Oh boy, this thing's just been stair-stepping and then squeezing off of this all-time high push, right? It's just like, all right, cool, this is gonna grind up until it doesn't, and that's why I haven't taken a single fill on it, because I'm just like, I know I missed the long, but up here, I don't wanna chase the long either, and I'm with Sean on this one. I'm waiting for the short. I'm waiting for a reason to sell, and guess what? I haven't seen one at all in this grind up. Are we okay? How about now? Are we back? Can you guys hear us? Audio, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, so we knew we were
something. There we go.
Good.
Yeah, boom, right there. There it is. You guys missed the hottest bars. I was just rapping. I just rapped like 500 bars. You guys missed it.
Is that what you were doing? I thought you were like.
Unfortunate. The timing can be a little sad sometimes, but you know it is what it is. Sometimes you miss it. Sometimes you miss it. But stay tuned in. I might drop some hot bars once again. Right?
Thank you for your patience, sir. I have no idea what just happened there, but Fabian came back. When some power shortage there.
Oh, it was
that's too bad. We could have just made it all back, man. I tried to hit. Whatever, I'll tell you, it was 1,000 shares. Tried to hit that on this break
10 lot, yeah.
Right here. And it cracked way, I told you, right before we went, I was saying I was gonna go short at 233.50. So unfortunately we missed that trade. That would have been, I would have made the whole day back on that move alone, right there. That sucks. It was just too fast. I only crossed down 15 pennies or whatever it was and wound up missing that trade. Oh man, that's too bad. It's now $1 in the money. Look, I mean that's the problem with trading, right? It's that, you know, you're always involved when the trade isn't the greatest because it's easy to get max shares because it's rolling against you. So every time you offer, it's filling, or anytime it's going against you, it has no problem rolling you the shares. But when it wants to go for you, you don't get them. So I had to sacrifice, and we got some 25s basically is what we're short 18s. So I don't know exactly why 18, but yeah, I guess that's about right. Most of our shorts here, 15s, 16s, 20s, and so on and so forth. So a nice fallback in there for AMD. We're still up 10%. It's still a monster of a stock, which is why we're scalping this out. So if it does come back up here, maybe we'll have another look at this area, but I still want to get out at 50 if it breaks higher. 230, 250 is my out, and we are taking a little bit of profit down at these levels. So let's just continue our scalping ways here with Advanced Micro Devices. We made a little bit back on this move, so we only got a couple hundred shares on this move. Not as much as I wanted, but okay, let's go back over. You know, a positive name that I have today is Webull. That was my #1 trade idea. That worked out. Who cares? All right, let's go back over and find out what the story is with Webull.
All right, guys, Webull down 2 2/3% today. Was down aggressively yesterday because today, today is the expiration, I believe, of the lockout period. So, according to regulatory filings, on or about October 8th, 455.6 million shares of Webull held by existing shareholders will become available for sale in the market after the expiry of the lockup period, hence why we sold off aggressively today. Nice to see that it's getting bought up, guys. 1141 low, trading near the highs now.
Any opinions on Webull, and then I can go over what I did if you want. Or
yeah, sure.
You can look at. Okay,
I mean, you traded this morning, right? I think it was good. I had it on watch as well as one of the ideas for a continuation. I liked it. I liked it for the short because again, selling all day, I think Sean had brought it to my attention, and I was like, all right, breaking down. It's doing relative volume in the morning, and then we did get that continuation. Yeah. But this was a strong flush, right? It is very capitulatory. Sure, we're looking at that in retrospect, but highest volume bar, strong quadrunk, no more selling left. And for the rest of the day, just holding that low, grinding, and now pushing a little bit higher on Webull. I like the idea of getting long after this, and then I like the idea of getting short for the continuation as well. But I didn't really participate in it this morning. I think Sean definitely cut it up a little bit for sure.
Yeah, it was a good one. I'm actually trying to buy some.
Yeah. Right now?
I'm trying to buy some Webull right here because I didn't get enough this morning in yield account. So we'll buy a couple hundred shares if we are able to do that here today. But no, I was just, okay, well, I'm still looking at this AMD trade. But yeah, no, Webull, look, I mean, it broke above. We got out of VWAP right there at about 1 o'clock or so, 1:30 when it started to break a little bit higher. But yeah, we got, you know, yesterday AMD, the long, remember like yesterday we were long AMD, yesterday we were short AMD in the pre-market. We kind of did the same thing here with Webull once it got to that $12 mark. You know, that lockup was pretty important. You could see what wound up happening. It looks like by the time 10 o'clock hit, that's when the program started, and we just melted down and we covered like pretty much all of it right there. We were nervous because it bumped up into VWAP, but we had written down here as the #1 trade that we liked Webull 12.25. And that's exactly what it went up to right there. So we actually get some shares there at 12.20. We're waiting for a little bit more. We were going to use 40 as our out. So good trading there for Webull. And so now I just kind of want to get long. And you know, if that can come through, that's good. And I think we like it now down in and around VWAP or this 200 period around $12. So let's wait to see if it gives us that magic again here today for Webull. Wouldn't mind if it pulled back a little bit to get that long, but now that expiry's done, and the shares can now be, I mean, I guess, hopefully there's no more selling that happens, but you know, there's buyers and sellers every day. I mean, the thing's on 132 million shares. So we'll just have to be patient now with Webull, see if we get another opportunity down there. That was a great one at 11:30. My best out was 40s. So it was a good one. This is a positive stock for me today. Just wish we had just as many shares in this one as we did in AMD, but AMD was the wrong way. So I still like Webull, good stock. Let's go talk about Amazon. My watch got delivered.
Ooh.
All right, guys, Amazon. Nice day today for Amazon. Is it leading the way in Mag 7? Yes, it is. The best performing Mag 7 name on the day and trading right at the highs. A couple of headlines today for Amazon. The first is they're going to invest about $1.6 billion into Belgium. Second, of course, is the one that we talked about on the midday show and during the news recap. They're unveiling pharmacy kiosks rolling out in medical clinics in California. You'll be able to phone in or just have your prescription ordered directly from the vending machine, guys. So good luck. Couple of headlines today on Amazon.
What do you?
Right too.
Oh,
No, I was just telling Obi how I missed,
yeah.
like AMD now is $1 in the money, and it's like, I could have made it all, absolutely all of it back. But it just, I didn't get the short when it broke through there. So then I posted and was just taking fills, and I only wound up getting about like a third, a little bit, like a couple 400 shares or something. So a little bit under what we initially wanted, which is now $2 in the money. I'm just going to get another piece out here because AMD is giving it up a little bit here, obviously, as it's come back in. So we were looking for this back end trade, and we found it. So we'll make it back. You know.
Another one.
Whoa.
Another one.
And
Another one.
I was just telling Obi that we got no porch pirates. I got delivered so I got the Apple Watch 10. It was on sale, 30% off on Amazon Prime. So I think that was one of the only like bigger purchases. And now what they do is they give you the a code.
Yeah.
So the guy won't drop. I think it's if it's a certain price, they won't drop it off, unless there's somebody officially there to pick it up. Like so, they give your account a code, so it sends Marissa like a 4-digit number or whatever, and that you have to tell that number to the driver. And then once the guy confirms it, then they do tap on their doot doot doot, and they give it to you. But yeah, no, Amazon. Again, I think this was. I know Neil mentioned buying some down here, and yeah, it was good. I think those are good levels, right? I mean, now it's all the way back up to the 50-period moving average, so it's not worth a scalp to me or anything like that. I really believe in this name. I like AWS. I like Amazon. Prime has some fun movies on it. I'm not sure what they have any other real great programming. There was Far Cry, I think, maybe on Amazon or something.
That's a show?
Some video game. That's a video
I know
game.
if it's a video game.
Yeah, was it Far
I didn't know
Cry?
it was a show now.
Last of Us as well?
Oh, Last of Us. But
of
was
Us.
that on...
I think both.
that out?
I think both. But I don't know.
Funny enough, I never finished watching Last of Us because I never finished the game Last of Us. I'm like...
Is that why you didn't do it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to ruin the game because I still haven't finished it. Fallout. Okay.
That's
I still haven't fully played it. I got to find some time to fully play. But I know it's a beautiful game. I know it's on my list of games to play. But Amazon, oh boy. All day bid, looking very similar to that of the market off of the open. It had some strong selling. I did point it out. I was like, yeah, Amazon pretty weak, and that's distinctly different from the rest of the market because the market kind of started blasting right off of the open there. But the reversion that comes in, oh boy, 100% reversion of that leg, 200% reversion of that leg. Oh boy. Man, the ranges on these days are just so interesting, and I'm just like, all right, well, if you can get involved in something like this, even like, look at this, the consolidated, let me take this anchored out of the way, even though it might be something interesting, but you can see pre-market highs, holding, consolidation. So if you've already observed that we've rebid and we've reverted 100% of today's action off of the opening prices, and then we start consolidating above pre-market highs, and then we start to break that consolidation high, and then we pull back and hold that consolidation high, I don't know. It may or may not tell me that buyers are stepping this thing up on the day today, and we're seeing exactly that alongside with the rest of the market. So, yeah, definitely primed for higher after holding some of those structures in the morning. So I like it. I like the stock. Didn't really get involved in it, but shout out to anybody who did observe all of that and participate.
I just see something funny there in the chat. Just hold. Let's go back to Sharif. We'll talk about this story, and then I want to put something in the chat here.
SMCI up 4 1/3% today. There's really no headline today, though, on SMCI, but there was this headline on Dell. They reported good gains, raising their long-term earnings outlook on strong AI server demand. That's exactly what SMCI does, obviously. So looking like a sympathy play here, boys. SMCI up 4 1/3.
All right, I want to show this right here on the chat. What's up to Michael Mulvey here? Thanks, Fabian. I'm using this little thing here. I'm either getting a job at McDonald's tomorrow or retiring. So I want to know, Michael, like,
Nice. Oh man,
like what's up with that? Like, why don't you just do both, retire and get a job at McDonald's? You know, that's kind of like.
I mean, I got some friends. They're technically retired, but they still work because they do it for fun.
Do something.
Do it for fun. You got to do something.
Anyways, I'm going to remove that. But
they don't need it. They want to do it.
Thanks, Michael. Let me know in the chat there. Oh, he was joking.
Oh boy.
Okay. Come on, man. I mean, come on, man. I thought. Come on. I thought you had a big position on over here. You know, I was gonna like say like, what exactly is this guy running right now? But yeah, thanks for that. Good times always here on the stream. All right, SMCI. Oh, my guy Sharif. He goes, check out Marvell.
Ooh.
We'll check out Marvell after.
Marvelous? Is it marvelous?
Is it marvelous today? I don't know. Katina Capital put a price target on thing of $1 billion. So we'll see how close it. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see if it's there, man. I mean, we bought earnings 75. We bought the day 2 days after 63. What the hell happened to Marvell on their earnings anyways, by the way? Wow, that was a disaster. But I guess that was just a buying opportunity, right? So what's up with SMCI? So again, we saw Dell with a guidance upgrade. So that was a couple days ago. So boom goes the dynamite there on SMCI. I mean, just another one of these days. And I've said this before over and over and over again, so it's no surprise to me. It's picks and shovels, right? You could buy AMD, you could buy Nvidia, right? You could buy Broadcom, all of these names, but there are other parts to this story, right? You've seen Oracle's story, you've seen CoreWeave. We know that SMCI, has a place in those servers as well. So it's a good move upside right there. The whole market just basically took off today, and I don't. It's everywhere. This is Marvell. I actually haven't even looked at it today, but I do, because Sharif was mentioning to me that it was up 5%. So we kind of knew about that. But there goes Marvell as well today. So I mean, look, you want to talk about a straight fire? Like, this was their earnings report right here. Down 19% on earnings, okay? Yeah. I mean, the rest is history as we get going now on Marvell. So you want to talk about getting back up into all-time highs. Oh boy, would that be a treat if that ever happened. But right now, it's a nice move higher. We just recently got some out of Marvell, I think $88 or something like that. We did it on the show. But there's a nice move higher there. So SMCI is also part of the story, is basically what I'm getting at. So yeah, lots of working out. Even Dell, Michael Dell, huge name in the space, right? Worked its way through the dot-com bubble, this guy did. And then there we go. They guide higher on Monday, and it's now 3 straight up days. So SMCI, Dell, server-side names like a Marvell continue to work out here. So yeah, we like all of these names. And really impressive is AMD today, but I can't stop talking about that name. So you've only really traded NVIDIA today, right? Only one name?
Yeah, just one name. Okay. I mean, I think my biggest miss was AMD, I'll be honest. Like, I had to get long AMD, and I didn't really do that. So I was just like, well, I'm just going to just do something else and maybe look at NVIDIA, because that one, I don't expect it to kind of have the same kind of aggression that AMD does, right? So that's what I got involved in. But there were other stocks in the chip sector that did extremely well as well, and SMCI is one of them. And we did point it out in the morning, being like, okay, well, it's going up, it's pushing aggressively, and it was pushing up into prior day's highs last I remember. Yeah, in and around 11 o'clock. Yeah, we left you guys around here, and I was like, okay, it's building up into there. Nice little acceleration. We're consolidating. So bigger picture, this thing's looking good, man. If you look at a higher time frame, we'll just straight up go to the weekly. here, you can see that for the past few weeks, we've been having a decent bid, and bigger picture also holding up higher highs and higher lows.
Well,
Save Man, Woman Peace saying, why didn't you, OB? What was the conflict? Well, the conflict was a lack of attention, right? I mean, Sean was sitting right beside me and he's like, yo, look at AMD, and I'm staring at NVIDIA tape. That was
more like look
I mean?
at me getting destroyed is more like what I was trying to say. But you know, you're right, and I think you can't hit everything.
Yeah, of course. I can't hit everything. That's why, you know, I'm in this day and age. You gotta think about ways of getting involved in everything, and in the stuff that you are involved in, just trying to do as best as you can. So, but yeah, no, SMCI I think has been a solid runner. If you're looking for that chip space kind of move, it's been moving around pretty well with the Nasdaq as well, and you get that trend move as well that's been happening over the past few weeks. So it was good.
I just before we go back, like I just want to say, like, wow, that went all the way down, and we're able to cover. We're going to reload it a little bit now, but we're still using 50 as our out. So it looks like we're going to get stopped out on this last piece again of AMD. So they giveth and taketh away immediately on this trade. So yeah, it's back into that. For some reason, it found one of those mushrooms down there, and it just got right back going again there. I need to overlay Mario Kart on this stock at some point and figure out when it hits a bomb, because right now it is just upside down right now, and I'm not looking at it right. Like what I mean by upside down is like I need to flip the chart upside down because I'm going the wrong way. All these dips should be longs, not covering shorts. So you know, definitely understanding that right now. We'll get some more out if we do get anywhere near some of those lows again, because right now we're going to stop out for only a quarter of a hit, right? 25 cents, but it can run 25 cents in a blink of an eye like it's doing right now. So just be careful with it. Like that little move down just got bought back up again. So AMD on one right now. Let's go find out another name that's officially on one. That's Tesla.
Yeah, a little anticlimactic, Sean, especially with these new Model 3, Model Y variants. At least that's how some of the analysts feel. They say, you know, they're not exactly what they thought they would be, and calling them less unique. So in case you're just catching up with us right now, Tesla has introduced new standard variants of the Model Y and the Model 3 with reduced features and lower prices. Goldman Sachs analyst Mark Delaney maintaining the neutral rating on Tesla, but bumping the price target up to $425, noting that these variants are less unique and less unique in price, less unique in features than expected, citing the Model YL in China, which is a 3-row, 6-seater variant with longer range, saying that one would have a bit more of an effect, guys. In any event, Tesla up 1.4% on the day.
All right, I'm still trying to work on this AMD, which looks like it's going to come out right now. Did you have? No, we didn't have any Tesla trades today, did we? No, I did not. Any comments on what Tesla's doing right now? I mean, make sure I get out of this AMD.
So Tesla was on my morning watch, and it just moved way too fast. I was looking for maybe a more slower, kind of a gradual breakdown through prior day's levels, maybe some pre-market levels. But by the time I had looked at it, you can see how aggressive that flush came in. I was looking for continuation off of yesterday's selling that came in off of the price confirmation of the new Tesla. We can see that volume starting to come in and around 220. And that started to push in pretty aggressively, closed that near the low day. And I was just looking for continuation coming in on the day today. And I missed it. So that didn't really take part in it. And I haven't really observed it that closely since then because of the chop that it was doing. I'm like, all right, well, I missed that trade. Where's the next one? But since then, just chopping around, maybe reclaiming some of prior day's levels on Tesla. I just think the continuation off open was interesting. I didn't really think much else of it this morning. Like I said this morning, I didn't have any strong, convincing ideas off the bat.
There we go.
And funny enough, I did have NVIDIA on watch, but I had taken it off being like, all right, well, you know, the past couple of days, we've just been kind of consolidating. I have my levels, but I think a point of improvement, Sean, would be to be like, all right, well, I have the support and resistance lines up there, but actually throw in alerts. Like throw in alerts being like, all right, we hit this, we hit this, we hit this. I'm like, that's just a miss on my part. That's, you know, I should really be responsible. I should be doing that. And that's a lack of, you know, professionalism on my part, not setting alerts on a key stock that's been, you know, moving around and very much in play. So definitely a big miss on my part.
Yeah, You're a free client over there. He wants to be part of Katina Capital over there, Joe. Don't worry about it. I want to be part of Joey's options world. If you get an opportunity for that, I want to buy some. I want to buy. Well, yeah. I think the market caps are different, my guy, right here. So, yeah, Joey Capital over there wants to merge with Katina Capital, but I don't know, man. We got to get some warrants in Joey options over there. Yeah, look, what a bite my tongue. What a ride! I was like 3 pennies or something away from getting clocked on this, and now we are $1.50 in the money. Like that is like this is like. Maybe it's a good thing I don't have my Apple Watch on now because like I don't know what kind of heart rate this would be showing, but wow, that was because we also reloaded it up there. Holy shnikes, that was interesting. So now we might as well, like I said, the next time it comes down here, we should try to empty our clip. Well, guess what? It's down here now, and the clip, no, it's getting. No. It's probably about that Katina Capital stuff, Joe. I'm not taking that. But here we go. Nice downside play here in AMD as it's finally now starting to pay dirt a little bit here. We'll make back about a third or so of our day right here just on this play because again, nervous hands, didn't have as many shares obviously as we had initially wanted on that first move down. The fact that it came all the way back up there for advanced micro devices, I don't know. But here we go, bleed. Get to the downside right now. That'd be really sweet. The last time it went down was about here, about 50s. Let me take out one more piece here at 65s, and now we'll wait to see if it does get in. I mean, that 200 period would be pretty sweet if that ever ticked out. So we can wait for that, but I do want to make sure we capture a little bit of profit. Actually, the last move down was actually 231 flats. So we actually have a little bit more to go, 231.20s. So that was a good fill that we just got there at the 60s. Let's see if we could get one more down here. Let's just put it down there, right? So 231.30. We'll put about 10% down there. See if we get in, and maybe we'll get a special gift, and it will tank even more. So there we go, AMD. Just since you guys have been here, just back to back. That's $2. That's another $2. That's $4 right there on AMD on shares. So good. Let's just keep on going to the downside right now. As we get back to triple-digit losses right now. So
nice.
Not bad. All right. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, not good either. All right, Obi. What you know? I'm exhausted. What else you want to talk about? We went on the elliptical today.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I was a little late. The swimming ends at 12.
Today, yeah.
So if I can't get like 35, 40 minutes in, it's not really worth it for me. So hit the elliptical today, which is pretty good. And then 10 minutes in the sauna. You know. Nice.
Yeah, I gotta start hitting the gym too, man. I'm just I just haven't gone. I just haven't gone yet, but it's good, man. I like that you're keeping it up every day. That's good.
It just obviously it's like a little bit to get a little bit healthier, and then thing too is like I have zero time. Like, and I know that sounds crazy, but with 2 kids that are extremely active and things like that, it's tough to find some time to get into the gym, and I don't really live too close to anyone, and you could do stuff at home.
Yeah, of course.
Like the pool, I've really enjoyed the pool. So
yeah,
found something.
I think swimming is a great workout, full body workout.
Well, it is because it doesn't apply the pressure. So I have a bum knee, so it I got to watch out for that. Great, yeah. But anyways, yeah, thanks, Obi. Anything you're working on? We're $1.50 right now.
I mean, I'm watching that AMD short. Absolutely nice. Breaking the trend. We're consolidating, holding in and around. What are these? So this is kind of what I was looking at before. I'm like, all right, if we're going to trend, I'm just going to define the trend here. So we did break and pull back a little bit on the definition, or on my definition of what I said the short-term trend was. We're consolidating sideways, so no real kind of symmetrical action on this price action here. So I'm watching it. Trust me when I tell you I love reversions, and I just don't feel like really participating in AMD just now. Thank you for the super chat, Dave's trade of the day. AMD close at 217 and Nasdaq 2300 close. Okay, all right. Well, Oh boy, that's much lower. Do you mean to say that we're gonna drop to 217s, or you got it on the close yesterday at 17? Is that would that be correct to say that? No, that's not correct to say that. It didn't even close at 17s, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But okay,
I'll always do that.
Cool. Trade of the day. I think. Do you mean that you have the long from those levels? I don't understand what you're trying to say there. But congrats on the position if that's working out for you. I don't really understand what you're saying. AMD closed to 235 plus. Yeah. I mean it's kind of chopping that 235. So far we didn't get all the way there. The highs are 83s. What's that? Okay. Oh, Sean knows what he's talking about.
What?
Sean knows what he's talking about right there with Dave's trade of the day.
I mean,
he pointed it out.
No. I just wanted to get it on the screen this way instead of the. So I just wanted to ask Fabian. I had to actually refresh the. I had to refresh our widget there, so it shows that. I'll clear it. There it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say like, man, if AMD is gonna get down to 217, that's today. Dave's trade of the day. Yeah. AMD close at 217. I don't know where that number came from exactly, Dave. I mean, if you can explain that, I'd like to discuss it with you because if that happens, then drinks on me. Because,
I mean, if that happens,
that's that is a bit wild, and we will definitely make our day back if that is indeed the case. I'm still waiting at 231.30 right here, as we had said. So we'll take a fill here. It's a. What was that?
It's a prediction.
Prediction. Yeah, no, I get what it is. I mean, I'm down with these. I mean, the prediction markets are strong.
I think that's a very. I would bet against that prediction. I would.
Yeah. I don't think the option on that. You got a lot of money going through there. Collect a premium on that one, David. But no, I like the idea, and we'll see if it happens. I just took a bid out here at 44 because it didn't get into 30s there, and I mean, I don't want to stare $2 in the face right here, especially with the amount of shares that we have. So we'll take a little bit out right now, as we already had this trade once, then we got it again. So basically, we didn't double up our shares exactly, so it's not like a true sort of double up here or anything like that, but we were able to hit it pretty good. So I'm quite pleased with the performance here early on this trade. There it goes, nice little crack lower into the 20s. Let me bid another piece out there, 32s. There it is, yes, go. That's good, man. We'll just props it up for the short. Hope some of you have this with me, but let's go over to Adara.
Keep an eye here on quantum stocks. Barron's here with an article saying that quantum stocks look like they're forming a bubble. Watch out. Again, this is an opinion piece, but either way, QQBT is at day's lows. Other tickers you might want to check include Rigetti, RGTI, IonQ, IONQ, and D-Wave Quantum, QBTS. Again, quantum stocks to the downside. We have Barron's coming out here saying that these stocks look like they're forming a bubble. 12 minutes until we get Donald Trump. He's doing a roundtable. Unlikely to actually be market related, but I'll be watching it regardless. Back to you.
Yes. All right, guys, we got some exciting news for Canadian sophisticated traders. Beta Pro by Global X Canada has just launched 6 new triple leverage ETFs, offering 3 times bull and bear exposure to the S&P TSX 60, semiconductors, and U.S. Treasuries. Even better, they're offering a special fee rebate, dropping management fees to just 65 basis points until December 31st of 2025. These ETFs also employ currency hedging to seek to neutralize U.S. dollar exposure, providing performance that may more accurately reflect the underlying U.S. equity indices. If you are a tactical sophisticated trader looking to amplify your performance, check out betapro.ca/3xdaily to learn some more. Oh boy, so I got stopped out of that. So I was in this NVIDIA short earlier, get stopped out of a little piece, not really watching it, and it's coming right back in. What a beautiful pullback in again. And AMD's coming in, NVIDIA's coming back in to its low of range. So I did get pretty aggressive up here on this leg because I was like, boom, a little bit more, boom, a little bit more. Okay, get stopped out. Retry, boom, 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 take some more there. But that's finally coming in. Wow, that flush is coming in real hot, man. This trend on AMD was an hour and a half long, this grind trend after this consolidation breakout. And yeah, when that trend breaks, maybe we're poised for a little bit of a pullback, and that's what we're seing as of right now, about a roughly a $4 pullback on AMD from its all-time highs. Yeah, brand new all-time highs today on that. Oh boy, I might see something cooking over here, Sean. as not just AMD, man. Take a look
else you
at
got
that.
cooking?
Would you
What
look at
else you
this?
got cooking,
Amazon. So we saw that Amazon was pretty aggressively bid up,
Let it
and
cook.
boom, that's coming in right now, breaking the all-day trend. You can see that if you drew it here, that broke it, but you got caught a little offside, stopped you out, and then maybe you have some new definitions, you got to pull it down. That's breaking down, and you can see that volume coming in as well, and other things in the market are selling off now as well. So decent level of confluence on that short. So
we tried some Palantir earlier. You weren't here, but we're at about 1 o'clock. And it was okay. We got some 183s. It went down to 182.70 there. So we took that fill at that time, 200 period, and right before VWAP. So that was good. Then it came back upside, and we wound up losing net here on PLTR, but wasn't as bad as it could have been, as it goes up onto 183.50 again. But yeah, Palantir right now underneath VWAP, looking to maybe break lower. I mean, the market is trying to give it up, which is the crazy thing, that we're actually down on the market when, again, we tried this as well and got stopped out right there. You know, you can keep on trying, but at the end of the day, you really are trying to look for something like this where you have multiple tops, right? Not just like basic, like that's a top, fine, and that actually worked out, but you want it to sort of like exhaust itself and then make these moves. And I definitely made a mistake there on the TQs getting in and then getting out so quickly. We could have given it just a little bit more room, 108.50. We got out at 108.35. So if I give that 15 more cents, we're actually in a profitable position right now. But again, our focus switched over into AMD, and I'm sure is so glad, dude, that I put this last trade on, man. You have no idea. Well, you do because you can see, but everybody out there, no idea. That was a good one there, and it was pretty irresponsible trading, going short that whole time on AMD. But I waited for it, and as you said, sometimes trades could take an hour or two to build up, and then it's all worth it. Because even, like, let's just say you make $300 or something on the way back, but you had to wait an hour. I mean, you know, like that's not bad. And I think trading is about being patient. There's really, get through 231, my guy. Here we go. Yes. But yeah, patience. And I don't have much patience here because now that it's tanking even more, I want to get out even more. But I think it is about being patient and not being. You all right?
yeah, it's coffee.
Yeah.
The coffee hitting me, man.
The coffee hit you like that?
I was like, whoa.
Okay. But I was.
I told you,
must
man,
not
caffeine.
be Italian. But no,
No, I don't have many
I was just going to say,
espressos. Yeah.
patience is what's key. I find for myself starting to get like worked up a little bit, and I know the trade is not going my way because I'm hitting keys and I'm not hitting them at responsible levels. And it's just like, I believe this is a short. I believe this is a short.
We've talked about this before. You had, like,
This was last week.
know.
I know.
Like, yeah.
And I happened it again.
Sometimes
I could show you the message I said to Marissa as this was all happening. I was like, I can't believe I just keep on shorting this stock. Like she just plays like. Actually, I met Marissa at this job, so she knows all about trading. But it was just kind of like, you know, take a breath, breathe, wait for the trade, and get back into it, right? So because you never know, especially if you are using share size and you have some risk tolerance, you can make trades back like in a jiffy. But anyways,
as long as you're managing risk, right?
I think managing risk is the right word.
That's what I realized, man. I think it's great that you mentioned that because it's about staying alive. It's about surviving, right? I think that's a big lesson that I've learned on my time here at the floor. It's just like there are days where I'll just get stubborn and I'll get stopped out when the system kicks me out, right? I'll get stopped out, I'll get shut down for the day, whatever it is. And then I'll see trades that show up. I'm be like, if I was still alive for this trade, I could have taken this, whatever. And I've gone through that a few times, so I'm like, probably not. I still sometimes shut down, but not as often as before. But the idea is, yeah, you want to be able to kind of survive for the next battle. There's none of the trades. You really have to ask yourself, is this trade worth getting shut down on today? And more often than not, it's probably not. Unless you're telling me that this is an outlier A++. This shows up maybe once or twice a year.
Shutting down.
I mean, no. If something shows up once or twice a year, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta blast into this and give myself some room, I might give it a couple days worth of risk, right? Because that kind of stuff doesn't show up every day. But those are outlier things, right? It's just like it's very rare you want to use 100% of your risk, but those trades do exist. But that's the question I started asking myself, and more often than not, man, like sometimes I'm just like, okay, well, I'm down a quarter shutdown, I'm down half a shutdown, maybe I'm down almost almost a full shutdown and just hitting that key, walking away for a little bit and coming back. You guys will be surprised how often I was on the brink of shutting down, or like just half my shutdown red, nothing too crazy, nothing's really working, I'm getting irritated. I go for a walk, I step away, freshen up a little bit, come back, and just straight back to green. Back to being patient, doing everything that I know I should be doing, and then being like, reviewing the morning and being like, all right, well, I understand why I made these mistakes, whatever. Get a sense of clarity. You get that clarity back, and then you step back into the game. Sometimes you need to go sit on the bench for a little bit and clear your head, right? And then you get back into the game and just make sure that you're not totally kicking yourself out of the game.
Are you feeling okay?
That coffee hit me pretty hard.
No, because you're using sports references over here.
Am I?
Sitting on the bench, getting back into the game. I didn't know if everything was all right.
I sat on the bench a lot when I was on the volleyball team.
Oh, you're on the volleyball team at one point. Got you. I got you. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Same as Sharif, so don't worry about it. Yeah, okay. I don't only say that because he's not here, of course. I would say that about Joe, but I'm trying to make a merger and acquisition deal with this guy over here. So we're trying to make some deals over here with Joey Option Capital over there. Yeah, no, I think great talk. And honestly, man, I mean, this is what it's about, just real talk with Obi and I here about trading. Most of you have been down this road many, many times before. I just wish I didn't hit so many freaking keys here. There we go, man. Downside play for AMD. Now 250 in the money on a good position. We're almost making it all back. So, okay. Let's look for something else right now. The IRS is firing 34,000 employees. Okay. Taxes, man. I don't even want to talk about taxes anymore. I mean, but at the end of the day, that's not good. So if you are working for the IRS, hopefully, it's government shutdown related. So let's hope. Oh, what just happened to AMD just got hit. Ford right now shutting down a factory due to that fire as well. Oh boy, man. David Treziak's silly prediction of the day or whatever that was, definitely making a little bit more sense. There's Ford. I was going to show this, some stocks that are moving up and down, but let's not do that just right this second. There goes Ford right now. Apparently that news just hit. Is Adara over there yet? Yes, she is. Okay, I just heard it in my ear, so get it to me when you get it. It's apparently a Ford F-150 plant. I mean, it's obvious news. It's the biggest scandal of the day right now. Nice spike to the downside. Apparently, one of their plants is going to have to shut down. I don't know for how long or not, but right now we're shutting down shop. We're just in DMX talk right here, but there goes AMD AMD. Nice move to the downside, man. I mean, I'm going to take out another piece out right there. Yeah, just heard it again about the firing of staff there. And I guess this is just a Democrat's way, Republican way of, I hope it's a negotiation tactic to some extent, because I thought a lot of these employees were being furloughed. You know what furloughed means?
I've heard the word, I just don't remember what it means.
It's like sent home without pay, but you didn't lose your job. That's my understanding.
Sent home without pay, but you didn't lose your job. So when
you're not getting fired or laid off. It's just you're being
sent home with pay?
You might get like a week or two of pay. I don't know exactly how the furloughing works, but it basically means that your job is still there, but you're not getting paid for it.
True. Okay.
Is that right? Am I right about what furlough means? That's what I thought it meant anyways. I thought there was going to be a certain number of employees that potentially were still job security was still available, but they could potentially have gotten. All right, now 230 is coming in. Mandatory leave, yeah. Oh, they get back pay. Right. That's maybe what it is. Yeah. Oh, I am correct. Okay. Who knows? All right, let's go back over to Adara. We're getting some more out here at 2:30, man. This is a big trade right now. Here's Ford again. I think. Oh, she has details. Okay, let's go over to Adara then.
I only got it less than a minute ago coming through on my end anyway, but so this is coming from a union official. It's not coming from Ford itself, but according to this union official, Ford is going to be shutting down its F-150 plant in Michigan next week due to that aluminum factory fire that we heard about, I guess we heard about the impact of it as of yesterday. So again, we had that aluminum factory fire. The fire happened on September 16th. Yesterday, we had some reports suggesting that Ford was going to have to change some of their guidance related to this. Now we're hearing a union official saying that Ford's actually going to be shutting down its F-150 Lightning plant. So not F-150, F-150 Lightning plant in Michigan next week due to that fire in September. That's all the details I have. Back to you.
I know.
Like, those are straight up snipes. I've seen you snipe this shit like so many times.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was just talking with Obi because I was like, how in the hell can I hold like that max position that I had here twice in order to capture these moves? Because there's so many times today where we were short and it went down 40, 50 cents, $1. And I was like, okay, like here's this move that I'm hoping for. And then it just rips right back up. And then I feel stupid because you have 300 or 400 shares, $1 in the money or something, whatever it is. Again, the share size is irrelevant. You have shares that's in the money, $1, and then all of a sudden, you know, you don't take that profit and it just rips back up. And you're like, okay, like, I don't know. Anyways, I think it's about maybe using better lines, trying to just to hold something until something actually breaks back in there. I don't know. But when you're fighting the trend, it's one thing. When we're going with the trend, it's something completely else. So I need to try to find trades where I'm going with the trend, where my outs are a lot more obvious, I think, right? And I think that would help, because if I just said to myself, I'm going to use this 21 period right now, then I wouldn't have all of these like 20 share outs or whatever they are on the way down here, right? Because when you do that, even though they're just 20 shares, it adds up. And the next thing you know, you're out of like 400 shares, and then you look back and it's like, what have I done? Like I could use those 400 shares now. But yeah, that's just trading. It's a life of a trader. We've made back almost half of our day right now. So what I said was a nasty start has gotten a hell of a lot better. And I just, this is another example right here, right? Like in, stopped out, in, stopped out. And if I had this trade, I probably just would have got it out all the way down. In again. So I just have something very, very similar. But we each trade our own style. So shout out to everybody out there that is doing the best they can, which I'm doing every day. Doing the best we can. I'm trying to be as honest as I can. I'm trying to be humble about it all, right? Like that was one complaint that some people had. And it's not, we like to hear what everybody has to say, but I feel like I'm just as like, not self-deprecating, but maybe I am, on the way down here as I am congratulatory of myself on the way back up. So it's just trying to show everybody that there are emotions involved here at trading, and sometimes get a little carried away with everything. But anyways, I think there's something to be said about having a level head. On any kind of a dip, the name that I really want to get involved in is Alibaba. So if this market does turn around, I tried to buy some Alibaba at 150, and I think it was Mateo in the back that said that he never gets filled because he's always bidding, and he never just takes out the ask.
He never removes liquidity.
Right. Yeah. So when Baba was at 156 back into here, and it was just breaking through 150, and I put a bid at 152. Thinking there's a chance it could come back in. That never happened, and it just ripped into 190. So on any kind of a pullback, I really like where the valuation is on Alibaba. The last time I checked, the multiple was in the low 20s. I'm not sure what it is right now. It might have even been 18 or 19 last time I checked. Yeah, so now you're all the way up to 21 as a PE and a forward of 23. Well, that is still dirt cheap in this space, considering everything that they offer. So there is a Chinese sort of put on that name always, meaning that there's always going to be some risk involved with Chinese names. We had Brian Shannon on yesterday that purposely chooses not to avoid in Chinese names. So hedge funds and mutual funds do have similar takes like that. So Alibaba is not one of those names that's just loaded into as many ETFs like an Nvidia or like an Apple is, or like now an AMD is probably going to have to get into many more ETFs here as well. But I really like Alibaba. So any kind of a pullback there. Let's put some stocks in the chat there that you guys think are good values. Like if the market pulls back 5 or 10%, let me know where you guys would be looking to get your money in. So, and let's go back to Obi.
Yeah, man. I mean, where would I go? I'll let you guys know. But if you guys are looking for a futures trading platform that actually delivers without hidden costs, well, look no further. With plus 500 futures, you get live free charts, transparent fees, low margins, and an unlimited demo so you can practice until you're ready to trade live. Open an account, start trading with as little as $100 with Plus 500's powerful platform. You can access a wide range of futures markets. S&P 500, Nasdaq, Bitcoin, gas, Forex, metals, crypto, and more, all in one place. Plus, enjoy a welcome bonus of up to $200 in commission-free trading. Just scan the QR code on the screen to apply for your account today and join over 30 million users worldwide who have already chosen Plus 500. Yeah, man. I'm seeing that this AMD is just that 230 hold was nice so far. Let's see if it makes lower highs. Like the trend has been broken. I think a good place to get involved again was on that trend break. We saw Sean take that as well, and then on the retest. And yeah, on the retest, retest was a good entry by him as well. And we're getting that nice little pullback here. So 235s all the way down to 230. So a $5 pullback after about a $10 run. So 50% pullback? Yeah, we hit that. We hit about roughly a 50% pullback on that. That's usually what I like to look for on reversions, roughly about 50%. Just a general rule. And if it's going to give you more, I'm looking for that lower high as well to look for that next step, which is I just like to work in sometimes in 5s, sometimes in 3s and 9s I like as well. So 33%, 50%, 66%, things like that I like to work with as well, especially when it comes to reversions. So it's not making that stuff up. I'm sure, like if you guys go, I know we talk about this book quite often, but Technical Analysis of the Financial Markets. Some people would consider that the trading Bible or the Bible of technical analysis, and it can give you some resources as to why those numbers kind of show up often or over and over again. It's a general indicator, I guess, right? Nothing's going to be perfect, but 50% pullbacks in general, I think, are pretty okay. But yeah, let's see what else is moving around. Wow, dude. Oh my God. Talk about not trading the ideas that you originally had.
I see your chart. Show that chart.
Oh my God. This is Amazon, man. I was like, oh boy, something might be brewing. Something might be brewing. 226s. We're down 225s now. 224 69s. Nice. So that's happening over there. And another one, man. Another one I was talking about earlier. Where did it go? This one. We were watching it all morning, but guess what? Took eyes off, and that's nano nuclear. Nano nuclear is now doing what I was looking for right in the morning session. So I was looking for that 50 to crack down into 47s. We're coming into 47s right now, going into the end of the day. So a lot of missed trades on my part. I got to do better with getting involved in some of the stuff, or staying involved in some of the stuff that's working. But you know what? It is what it is. We try to get a little bit better every day. What's going on, Indira?
Yeah, just be aware, guys. I want to let you know about a couple things to keep an eye on in the next couple of minutes. So Fed's Kashkari set to speak at 3:15. Fed's Kashkari has been a little bit more, I mean, he's generally considered to be a bit more hawkish, but he has been hawkish as of late as well. So keep an eye on that. That'll start, again, 3:15 in about 8 minutes. Then at 3 p.m., we were supposed to get Donald Trump here with a roundtable. That is not started yet, but I do have the stream open. Once he begins speaking, I will let you guys know. And if there are any market-related, I guess, comments that are made, I will keep you posted. Back to you.
What do you mean by trade to none of it? I don't know what that means.
Is there a question that you want to look at?
No,
I can put it on the chat.
No, there's no question, just statements. I'm just confused.
All right, here, but how about this? What Shan right here has an. Why don't you look at this? Okay. What do you think about this?
All right, let's take a look.
Broadcom right now, possible great. Okay, we just took a little bit more short against. I just want to give everyone an idea. If this breaks through 232 here, we're getting out. I'm not letting this thing go meme crazy, which it's trying to do right now against me. So I just wanted to give it one more shot here. The last thing we did was bounce completely. Okay, now it's going to go up, so I can just talk about this real quick. The last thing it did was bounce off this 50-period moving average right there and came back in. We're able to get out of it, so I thought to myself, let's just see if we get back up here, if we do have another potential move lower, if that was what was happening there. So right now, we'll see if it wants to work, but a break higher through that 232, and we're going to get stopped out because we got to put a stop on this. I'm not letting it go all the way back up against me here, so we're just going to get stopped out on a 232 break solid. So 232.10, I think, break there, we'll get out. But it looks like it's trying to do it. It's starting to go. Every time it drips down, it just gets bought right back up, almost like a market order back up there. See, so there's is down, and then stops completely, and then there it goes another move up. So fine. I'm happy to be done that trade. I'll props it up, man. That went much better than I thought that it potentially could have. So that was a good trade there. I'm glad that we just got stopped out. I mean, not glad we got stopped out, but glad to end the trade now and take some pressure off of where that was eventually going. Okay, I will try to ignore. But yeah, that was a good one right there. So we'll have to wait to see now. Nice little uptake there. That could have been a long break as well, breaking through 232. So we'll have to wait to see what winds up happening now on AMD. But a good trade there to get out anyways, I feel like. And maybe that reload. We reloaded at 75. We took a 35-cent hit there at the end. And we only put on one unit when we had like 4 or 5 in the first place. So, all right. NVIDIA not really as crazy today, obviously, as AMD. NVIDIA 99 million. We do have Fed's Kashkari speaking very, very soon at some Indian 10-year event, so get ready for that. Right now, Kashkari, I don't know if he's going to say anything about the economy or anything like that, so I don't think it's going to be too much there, but if it's a Q&A, then we'll have to wait to see. But here it is, a nice little pullback in now for AMD. Maybe that was the spot, guys. I don't know.
Whenever you mentioned Kashkari, it always reminds me of something that when I first came on the floor, I didn't know who Kashkari was. Greg had mentioned. You remember Greg?
Yeah, remember Greg. I hired him.
Of course, yes. So he was like, "Yo, look at this guy. His picture, you're like, he has a very intense eyes. He has very, very intense eyes. Like he has very distinct facial features as well. He's like, and it always sticks with me. He's like, this guy literally looks like he has infinite money. Okay. Right. And then you look at the picture of Kashkari, and you're gonna be like, okay, I see what you mean. But yeah, no, that joke always runs in my mind. It's like, I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
He looks like
he has infinite money, which he is the president of the Fed, like, you know what I mean?
Derek, get us a picture of Kashkari if you can. Here, I know she has them all.
I got it right here. Yo, hold on. I got to remember the specific.
Yeah, it's easy to find. That one?
That's the one. Hold on one second.
Okay, it looks like he's running for president here.
Right there. You know what I mean? This is the Wikipedia right there. Boom. Like he's like, doesn't this guy look like he has infinite money? I'm like, yeah, maybe.
I don't know what people look like
staring into your soul.
Unless you're an athlete, I don't know who has infinite money. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So we're back in. So I'm reloaded. And we're making money on this reload. So there it goes, man. I mean, we get stopped out. I talked about getting stopped out for 35 cents. So now we're back in the money, 40 cents on the way down. So we'll start to scalp it out again. Maybe it does retrace back down and we have ourselves a decent winner here as we try it one more time. I knew we were going to get stopped out if it broke 232. That was the plan. But then we sort of saw a little exhausted wick there. We took 232 again. I was like, let me give it another shot. So that's what we did. And pay dirt right now for that. So happy, joy as we pull back in. I'm gonna take a 32 bid and there it is. So we do wind up taking that out right there. So good trade on the back end of NVIDIA. So we'll just go hot dog cannon a little bit, but at the end of the day, we're no Max as this guy driving Lambos through the studio. But yeah, good trade there on AMD back in. All right, what's going on with Poet? We were a Poet and didn't know it, but right there in the chat, someone talking about Poet. So shout out to you, Harris. Hey, it's just Harris. Nice move there, Harris. I mean, for sure. There it is, upside there on Poet. It's called Poet Technologies. Is that what it is? P-O-E-T. Yes, don't know how I knew that, but there's Poet coming back into its day's levels again. So I would say good little call out right here. You've seen we've had a problem with 9 a couple times here on this stock. So POET. I want to talk about DraftKings too because we fail on that. Wow, that was a long. I tried to short 33. Like it came back in. So we opened the day at 33.40 all the way down to 32.40, make its way back up into right here, right? So maybe it looks a little bit better on here. Made its way back into these levels, $33 and change. We tried to short it, but now it takes off. So there goes DraftKings. We just should have gone the other way, I guess, on DKNG. Yeah, that 33 was not great. We didn't even get any out. So we took an L there on DraftKings. This was one of the picks there. I also thought CMG was maybe overdone to the downside. DraftKings also a good pick. I asked if the market had gone down, what were some picks that people wanted? I saw IBIT in there. I saw some Babas as well. Saw some DraftKings. Unfortunately, I can't scroll back all the way to the backside, but I like Chipotle too, potentially coming off that bottom. And then another bottom pick that maybe on valuation might be Starbucks. Eventually it's going to get too low. It's done another 1.5% today. Starbucks, wow. I don't know when their earnings report is, but watch out now. You're all the way back to April lows. How many stocks are you going to find that are at April lows right now? I don't give me another one, and maybe that would be something to worth look at. But yeah, this is literally at those lows right now. Not like a couple points away from it. Like we are at $80 right now for Starbucks. So
Boom.
I guess this $2.50 coffee or whatever won't necessarily.
Tim's or Starbucks?
Starbucks.
Starbucks? Have you tried that good coffee place down the road or whatever that is?
Which one, that Greek place?
It's just on the corner of Wellesley. Bay and Wellesley? Yeah, right
it's
there.
Greek.
Is it Greek?
I like that place.
Yeah, it's a good place.
Yeah,
It's nice. I
They
don't know
make
if they're a
coffee with the
chain.
sand.
I don't know if they're a chain.
It's called Coffee Island.
Oh, Coffee Island, not Good Coffee. Yeah, Good Coffee is the other one. Never mind. Yeah.
I thought you were saying it has good coffee.
No.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I thought it was like, no. That was the one I was talking about, just down at the corner, just down the road. Yeah, that was good.
Good spot for sure.
So somebody
up,
called
Adara?
out that
Adara quickly, and then we'll come back.
344. Yeah, we'll be right
And
back.
then we'll look at it Broadcom.
From Adara.
Yeah, I have news. So Nvidia actually news. SoftBank's Graph Core unit reportedly planning a €1 billion chip investment in India. Sorry, I thought, yeah, never mind. Just keep an eye here. Back to you. I read that wrong.
Okay, that's all good. We do know that Kashkari is talking right now to some Indian commerce thing. So Adara will double check those stories and get back to us. But yeah, my stop on this AMD, I don't even really have one. I was going to sort of use the same one. We were able to get out of a little bit there, but not out of all of it. We just went up to 232.20. Let's just use 50 then as our out. And we don't really necessarily have to reload this thing. It doesn't look like it wants to be overly weak right now, AMD. So I hope David's trade of the day at 217 at least comes somewhat close. I mean, I'll take a 229. This 200 period moving average to me on AMD might be something. But we're now, I'm going to take a little piece out here at 79, put another bid a little bit lower, maybe like 55s or so, see if we can grab that. But definitely want to take a little bit out here as we're short at O's. Want to make sure that we take that 20 or 30 cents and just kind of scalp them in. It's been, you watch the roller coaster in the middle here. Been like one of those. There it is. Still got Valeria on the back end of that roller coaster. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see the roller coaster.
One more time. I know it's annoying, but just watch the lady at the back. This is Valeria, one of the OGs. There she is.
Oh, yeah.
Blonde. Right there.
Nice.
Like you see Brendan and Valeria right there. So
she was on when I was at home watching from home.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah. We really enjoyed her. Really fun.
Used to be Valeria and Pratt, I think.
Yeah, on the midday for a minute
show.
there. Yeah, that was a good combo there. But yeah, she had to go back to Ukraine, so we still talk every once in a while, but yeah, good. We like Valeria around here, that's for sure. All right, so another reload there on that short. We said that we would try to do it, so we did it, but not many shares, like we had said. We're not trying to go insane around here. We're just going to try to scalp this out as it comes back in just a little bit. We're trying to take, like, as I said, 20 cents. We just got a couple pieces out at O's. We'll see if we can take, that's me bidding 04s right there. There it is. We get run over. Now we're bidding 94s. I think we might have even just got those. 96s, sorry. Now we'll wait to see if there's a pullback in. I'm happy with the amount of shares that we have. We're just going to keep rolling with this.
Yes, sir. So I think we were looking at AVGO last time I left you there. So you're asking about that 344 potential breakout possible. Yeah, I think it is very possible just based off of what it's been doing, right? Nice little consolidation. We're making higher lows. We were making lower highs, but nice little consolidation. So the break of this structure kind of bringing the bid in, and interesting that anchored shows up right away, but that's probably up here. Yeah, I usually don't do those on the 3 minutes. I usually do them on higher time frames and corrected to that. Nice. Seems like some interesting areas up here on Broadcom. This is the thing, man. This is what I mean. I can't trade everything, but it seems like off of these areas, let's see where these anchors are actually coming in from. Let's go back and check. Probably earnings. Yeah, there you go. Earnings anchored. So that's why that's maybe why we're seeing some good respect of these areas, because this is where the average participant from the most recent earnings, is kind of sitting in and around, right? So we got a little bit of a push all the way up, maybe a little bit of a vacuum up to a supply zone, and then that supply stepping right back in. But we're showing some strength. So if the market's going to stay strong as well, maybe AVGO finally kind of breaks this downtrend it's been having since earnings. I guess earnings had a bit of an uptrend, but we started selling off mid-September, and we've been making lower highs and lower lows since then, and reclaiming underneath this anchored view up. So I think ultimate highs maybe 348. potentially. But yeah, the breakout of 344s, yeah, maybe we do see that. It's stepping up into that intraday trend has been broken, and we're doing well to hold above VWAP as well. So I like the idea, but because of this bigger picture look, I think we're pushing up into an area of trouble all the way up into 350s. So for me, I don't know. I'm not really going to say anything until it kind of shows us maybe even a reclaim of these recent weekly highs, right? Current week highs. This is Monday. We did push that in the morning today. A nice little hold of the lows as well. So let's just kind of clean this up and take a look at the weekly chart to see what I'm talking about. You can see a nice little consolidation that we've been holding. So bigger picture, yeah, uptrend, but we've been holding a little bit of that downtrend over the past few days post-earnings. So that's the look on AVGO. Can it push? Absolutely, well within range. Lorenzo asking about Oracle. All right, let's see what our friend Oracle's up to. I was watching it this morning, took my eyes off, because it didn't do that continuation. I was looking for maybe a little bit more of push lower past some of these levels, but we got the chop, we got a little bit of a shake and bake off of the open where we did come in off of this level, pull back in, retest maybe prior day's closing areas, and then bid catches back on. And I even said this in the morning session. I was like, I'm curious to know if Oracle gets back up to this reference price where we got that quadunk yesterday, what is it going to do? It pretty much reverted this. It ate that all up in less than a day. So the day and a half, you get the strong quadunk. Oh my God, 290s all the way to 271 lows. Maybe it's a bit of mispricing in the market kind of showing us that now after the fact, but a beautiful 100% reversion right back to where we began yesterday. So what does that say for Oracle? I think that's a strong bid. That's a bit of a strong bid. Let's see if it continues. We can see that reference lows from earnings all the way back down at 225s. But bigger picture on Oracle is what you want to focus on, I think. Bigger picture on Oracle, we're stepping up. We're stepping up. Sure, though, that top wick looks a little intense. Is that capitulation? Is that exhaustion? Maybe, perhaps. I need more information maybe for that. But strong volume on that push, and we're kind of digesting some of that action in and around that 300 on Oracle. So that's what I think about Oracle. Strong buys on every dip. Learn to read a chart, Obi. Yeah, exactly. I mean, here's the thing, man. Every single dip on a lot of these tech names, any strong dip has been bought up. Yeah, the chart. I mean, you don't have to learn to read a chart. The chart is telling you. The chart is telling you. You look at any sort of tech name. Yeah, you know, in a bull market, everybody's a genius. So ride the trend.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Everything always is so much easier when you go long, and the Nasdaq's up another 1% today. Like I was thinking about even shorting the Nasdaq at some point over here. Might be at some sort of a wall of Nvidia at 189. So again, you know, we moved up here. It looks like we had stopped at 188.90 or so before. Then there's a lot of supply up here. The highest we got was 189.50. I think if Nvidia gets up to that level, that might be a decent short today. I don't know if we're going to get there. There's only 25 minutes left until the imbalances. So wrong math. 35 minutes left until the imbalances come through. At 350. So we'll be able to see if there's anything going on there. What's Palantir's level? Just getting a look at PLTR right now. Oh, it's not doing anything. Palantir just came a little bit of across of a scanner there. I wanted to see what it was saying here for PLTR. But yeah, right now just hovering around, basically coming back into the 50-period moving average. So pretty choppy right there for Mr. Palantir. So we'll have to wait on that one. Texas Instruments, that Marvell is a good trade today, man, up to 92 bucks. Really like that. Good little top there. I don't want to short Marvell up 5.5% there today. That B-U-R-U, Buru. Again, a nice stock for sure. We did talk a little bit about that name earlier on. That yesterday was like 40 or 50 cent stock. Busted up again here today. B-U-R-U. A lot of volume early, and it's pretty much died down now. So that kind of stopped around 10:45 when it made that last move, and we've just sort of been grinding a little higher right now on this name. So far, so good there. Up 46%, BURU. Nano Nuclear was a play today.
Oh yeah, that's a big miss, man.
Yeah, they had an offering.
Yeah, they had an offering, and then we got continuation. And pretty much like it didn't come in cleanly, but yeah, it's selling all day. It's just like, you know, when the AMD was definitely the shiny object in the room for sure. Like that was the one to be part of. today. But there were so many of these other ones that are just, you know, they're just trekking along, not doing anything crazy, but doing what they've been kind of doing or showing you what they've been doing as well. Again, I gotta do a little bit better getting involved with those. Like, I'll show you guys the display that I had going on in the morning. Okay, maybe I don't want to show those charts, but we can pull up charts one by one and see which ones I was looking at in the morning session. What time is it? We're at 3:24. All right, we still got a little bit of time before these imbalances come out. So these were the stocks I was looking at in the morning, what I was looking for them to do, and what they actually did. So we'll go through that and how many of them. There's only 8 of them. I know I've been talking about a few of them. Like we just talked about Oracle. I don't need to cover that one. We talked about nano nuclear. I don't need to cover that one. But let's talk about Joby, because I know a lot of people like this one. So Joby Aviation took a little bit of a landing last night, pretty aggressively, 19 to 1665s. I was looking for continuation, to be honest, right? I'm forgetting. I read what the news was in the morning, but I'm forgetting what it is off the top. But what I was looking for was continuation of this action, right? That's what's important to me. Are we going to continue? We did not. We didn't have any sort of distinct selling. We traded within the opening range, and that's kind of what deterred me from this. I'm like, what is it that I wanted to see? Is it doing that? So no, I'm not going to trade it at all. So I did well not participating in that one. The other one was AMAT. So AMAT was a great one as well to watch. No real continuation. Reversion came in off of the open. So if you were taking a look at closing prices, it consolidated in and around there and then broke those consolidation highs for maybe a step higher. So I didn't really participate in that one as well. And then CSCO, Cisco Systems, had a little bit of a shake and bake in the morning. And I did have eyes on this initial pop, looking for a potential push, but it took all day to chop around and finally get back up to these highs. Not something I would really want to participate in at all. And I guess Webull as well. We kind of talked about this one as well, but I'll take a quick look at this one. Looking for that continuation. It was there off of the open, but was a miss, right? Was a miss on my part, but then it gave you that reversion long post-capitulation as well. So that was pretty interesting. So didn't really participate in those. Got a little too involved with Nvidia. That worked out. I guess, but wasn't the best stock selection for sure. Yeah, Rob Banks. Here's the thing, man. Rob Banks saying, I would like to see you trading 5 shares at a time instead of sitting out. Here's the thing. Those are unnecessary decisions, right? Like, if I'm making decisions that are not even part of my structure, then I'm like, for lack of a better term, I'm just, messing up my mental for no reason. I'm participating to participate just because, right? It's not part of my plan, not part of my execution set. Sure, you can argue that maybe some of this is a chop and messy, but I'm still looking for reversion. I'm still kind of getting with the program, learning different kinds of reversions. I have probabilities on some types of reversions working much better than others, and I'm getting better at reading that and executing around that as well. But if I start taking trades out of nowhere, pulling them out of the air and just pushing into the market, that's undisciplined. It's messy, and I think I'm trying to grow out of that as much as possible, and really take out the C trades, right? I just don't want it. Like, sure, there's A trades, B trades, C trades, and C trades show up all often. Like, I'm like, oh damn, I could get into that, I could get into that, I could get into that. That's a setup. That's a setup. That's a setup. But is it a B? Is it an A? If not, then nowadays I'm just like, I really don't need to be. Why do I need to participate? See, the thing is, dude, you got to learn how to sit on your hands. Now, I'm learning that right now as well. But that, in theory, that is one of the biggest things. Wait for those opportunities to present themselves to you, and then participate. That's cleaned up my trading a lot. And you'll see me take only 1 or 2 names, because those are the ones I want to focus on. At the end of the day, I think, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong, but that's the journey. Discipline, quality over quantity, and not making irrational, random decisions on a whim just because you feel like doing something. That can definitely skew the mental. That can definitely skew I guess, the flow of things, right? I think you want to stay in flow state. You want to be disciplined with your craft. So you don't see what's a good example? You don't see people stepping outside of their business. You know what I mean? You don't see a barber being like, okay, I'm gonna go try I don't know what's
auto mechanic.
Yeah, I'm gonna go try fixing a car today just because. You know what I mean? Kind of that sense. Like what are you good at? What are you trying to get good at? And how do you focus on that? That's a big part of it. So I'm sorry I confused you, Sebastian. But hopefully, I'm not that great with words. Sometimes I ramble on. I'm not that great with putting into words what I'm thinking, but I try to do my best. And hopefully, if you understand, then all the more to you. I'm more than willing to kind of explain myself if you have questions. So.
Yeah, good call there, Obi.
Keep it simple is what I'm trying to say. Keep it simple.
There you go.
Trade what you know.
That's simply explained. Right there, yeah. Shout out to my guy Jag over there. Yeah, I mean, we had just sort of gone over some of that talk. Let's see if I can find it up over here. I don't know. You were mentioned about being able to flip. It's in our chat, but I don't know. I can't find it now on this chat board that we have. But yeah, sometimes it is hard to flip over your bias a little bit on a day like today, especially when you just see such exuberance. And the thing is like whenever you're thinking short and the market. Like I'm not even thinking short on AMD. My problem with AMD today was it wasn't even part of the idea, right? Like SoFi, we had that long at 20. I was trying to find some other names. Yeah, sometimes that's tough to be able to get out of your own way. And
people in the chat chiming in as well, like Henrik saying, great advice, clear to me that it's been my problem, FOMO and getting caught with that long false look. So here's the thing, you know what's a great exercise? So here's the thing, we're talking about this is how you should be, but here's an exercise that you can do, because this is what I do sometimes when I find myself, falling, like going astray and being like, all right, I'm not following what I'm doing. And I've been doing this since I joined the floor. Every now and then, there will be days I'm like, okay, I'm going on a red day streak, and I know what my stats are. If I go red too many days in a row, I'm like, this is very unnatural. I need to take a step back. So this is what you can do. This is an exercise that I do myself. I will come in, I will get ready, I will do all the prep, I will do everything, and I will just sit there and watch everything happen for the whole day. Not a single fill. I'm taking all those trades in here, and I'm controlling the impulse to punch keys. If you can do that, I don't care if an A++ setup shows up in front of you. If you are able to do that, then you are one step further to building that discipline and for building that patience. So give it that's an exercise. Maybe tomorrow, pick a day that you're like, okay, well, I don't know, maybe I will practice sitting on my hands. And sometimes you have to literally, physically, sit on your hands, and I've done that as well. So it's a good exercise to do, something very difficult. And if you're able to accomplish that, I think it can make you a little bit better the next day. So that's what I have to say about that.
This guy, Davey Trader, says, listen up, Sean. I had 6 red days my last 40 days. So I don't have 4 red days in a row to sit down on my hands and rethink things. I appreciate what Obi's saying, but I come in here to bang them out every single day. So, but I do appreciate what Obi's saying. Anything you want to say over there, Adara? Was it a throw to you? All right, let's go.
I just want to let you guys know Donald Trump has just begun his roundtable right now, just kind of recapping the reason he was late, but saying that there is some progress in the Middle East, which is always good. If there are more details, I will keep you posted. But again, about half an hour after we're expecting it, we do get a start to this Trump roundtable. If there is anything market related, of course, I will keep you posted. Back to you.
It's me being like, all right, we need to take a step back, and this is,
you need to
consider it punishment, consider it whatever, but it's building discipline. You got to do things that are hard. You have to get comfortable doing things that are hard, and you have to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable.
I mean, Obi, there's a reason why you're sitting in that spot, right? I mean, it is part of the explanations, and you're giving a completely different perspective. You're just a couple years into this game. Yeah. I've been here since 2002, right? So, I mean, it's a completely different thing. We swing different. We have different ideas. We trade differently. You've been in one name today. I've been in 5 or so. bigger winners. Like we both have similar styles on trying to hold things.
I take big
Neil
losers
sits
as
here,
well,
gets
so.
in and out differently than all of us. We have Sharif, we have Joe, we have everybody here. At the end of the day, whatever you do, it's about looking down at your P&L, and if you've had a bad run, I think there's nothing better than slowing down. And I mean, making sure that the stocks that you are looking at follow the rules that you have. So I mean, I say props up to you for having that discipline to do that. I mean, that's what it's all about. I mean, it doesn't. There's
a work in progress.
There's no
man.
one way.
It's a work in
That's right.
progress. No one's perfect. I'm not perfect. It's a work in progress.
Dunked on right there by Jerome Powell. That's the one thing that you don't want right now. Okay, so that is that. All right, with only a couple minutes left now, it's 3:34. I want to thank everybody for watching. Make sure you do hit that like and that subscribe. I'm off now for a couple of days as I had LASIK surgery about I think it was about 12 years ago or so for distance, and I'm just noticing right now that's like when I go, to a sporting event or whatever, I can see perfectly fine like 20 feet, but not like I don't want to say an exact number, I don't know, but not extended to that. So they're just gonna PRK me up with the one eye there, and I got to take a couple of days off from the screens. So we're hoping that Neil is feeling better and can come through tomorrow, but you'll just be switching sides over here. So I know you're comfortable in that. I think it's been Obi and I for 7 of the last 9 days, I think.
Actually?
Yeah, because Neil had 2 or 3 days off last week, give the 3 days.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, 7 of, no, maybe it's 5 of the last 7. I don't know what it was, but anyway, something like that.
Some selling coming in.
But yeah, so we'll get that done, and
Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, I'm getting a little nervous about it, to be honest with you,
but you said you've had it before, so this is just like a follow-up.
They're taking out your.
Yeah, it's a little scary for sure. Yeah.
All that,
but they know what they're doing, man. They've done thousands. No, they don't put you to sleep. There's no receptors. There's no like pain receptors, so you don't really feel much. You might feel a little bit of a tingle, but no.
Thanks, Adam. I see what you're saying in the chat. Yeah, I'm not even having. My day is completely fine. It's just mad at myself for doing all of that on AMD. I mean, it's and thanks. Yeah, I believe strongly in my abilities, as we all should believe in our abilities, especially if we're going to be here trading. And look, I mean, there's going to be days when you could bring it back to sports. Like the best hitters will go 0 for 3, 0 for 4, strike out a bunch of times, come back the next day, go 4 for 4, or something like that. So it's completely fine. We don't even have. It was just really just that AMD trade. There's nothing else about it. So thanks for that. I want to talk about PayPal. I mean, I'm really, no matter what's happening here on these days, this is my daily job, but we still have trades that we want to look at in our swing account. PayPal is one of them, and that is breaking out. So we're really happy that we have PayPal. We talked about it. They had a Google deal about a couple weeks ago. It was down into this area. Neil and I both spent like an afternoon, not talking about it, but it was one of the stories, and we like the PEs there, and there goes PayPal back up to the upside. That was what Neil was talking about. He doesn't use PayPal anymore and all this kind of stuff, and which is fine. I don't know, PayPal I know doesn't have too many more uses, and I don't still have a bunch of my shares in PayPal either, but I do like it. I think there's room for it to grow, and you can make money with PYPL, so that's breaking out there today as well. So that's a good little look. Amazon was upside. I wanted to look at IBIT. IBIT actually technically came down and was almost perfect, right into VWAP. We just missed it by basically 15 or so cents, but that was a great, nice high made, right? I mean, I don't want to, it's not another all-time high, but we're in that talk for IBIT again and for Bitcoin. So you made that move, you kind of top ticked a little bit there, tried it again, top ticked again, that pullback in. I could see starting the position at the 200 period would have gone against you about 10 cents. I think you probably would have bought the dip into VWAP there, and that was a good hold. We broke VWAP about noon, and since then it's been upside and a good hold there on IBIT. So that was a good one. We could take a quick look at Ethereum as well, heading into today. Was down 4 or 5%, I think, yesterday, Ethereum. Yeah, they all kind of were. It was not a great day in the crypto space yesterday, but battling back today. And a very similar move, right? Right back into those highs again for ETHA, and then the fall back into $34 and almost VWAP, and then a nice move back up. So, you know, despite looking at crypto, you can look at, we had an oil number today, a bigger build in oil went down here. That was this contract. So you do have not much movement, still up 1%, so that was good. I thought it was a build in oil, which normally would be downside, but seems like they're holding that. And oil, again, near lows, right? Per barrel, the $61 seems like it wants to hold, so that's something. And then let's have a quick look at gold, because gold today was all-time highs, and you know, touching out at that still, like still trying to make those moves. 373, it doesn't look like it wants to do too much here heading into the close. Banking stocks like JP Morgan. Look, it's the Nasdaq that's up 1% right now. This is down 1%. JP Morgan, ES also not catching up as much, only 0.56. Banks weakness there today, as we do have a flight to safety maybe, and I don't know why bank stocks are getting hit on that. I mean, bank stocks will give you a dividend and give you some nice opportunities to trade. So, yeah, this could be a buying opportunity for JPM. That's almost pulling back into the 50-period moving average as well. So possible opportunity there for JP Morgan. BAC I like Bank of America. I think that's a buy at the 50-period moving average as well. So that's almost there. I think buy more. I think Citigroup, good opportunities as well. In the Fed rate cut cycle that we're in right now, banks normally outperform. So if you're looking for something other than tech, I mean, you're back at 50-period moving averages. Citigroup basically back to where we were in July, so you're getting some nice value plays there as well. So I like Citigroup. It's booked to price to book ratio still under historical norms. So I like all of these levels, and I think I like both of these banks, JP Morgan and Citigroup, at these levels. And if you want to get a little more jazzy with it, especially if you're expecting more IPOs and trading revenues to be a little bit higher, then it's Goldman where you want to go digging for gold. These guys, again, if trading is hot, Goldman's even hotter. So right now, this is a great trading environment, as you can see, with all of these names taking highs, the volumes that are coming through. Goldman and the traders that they have and the algos that these guys run on the street, they should do quite well. So we'll see if Goldman holds up there. But I do like the banks, and I think that there's some strength there if you're looking to sort of diversify a little bit outside of some of these tech names. If you are thinking a little frothy, I mean, AMD up 35%, 40% in 3 days. Yeah, I mean, that does give feels of bubblicious. You like bubblicious gum?
Yeah, not bad.
You know what gum flavor that I used to like as a kid a lot?
Double bubble.
Gum flavor?
Oh, flavor. Oh, I don't know.
So, watermelon.
Yeah, watermelon is pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I had something. That watermelon taste, like it's so fake, but it's good. I like that watermelon.
Have you had the Gushers, like the Gushers gum with that's the best watermelon.
So
I love that stuff. Yeah. That stuff is sick. So I kind of pulled up something, and just to kind of continue conversation while we wait for some of these imbalances, because I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. But again, keep it on trading, but maybe a little sports related. So remember we were talking about how some of the best players, they're only right, about half the time or whatever. But they've over more often than not they win, and they're known for winning, right? So do you know who Roger Federer is?
Yes, Obi.
Okay. So he's won.
The famous bowling guy, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I'm wearing on shoes as we speak. So.
Yes, of course. So he wins about 82% of matches he's won. Total career wins, 82% of matches. So on a day-to-day basis, he wins 80% of his games, right? But on a point-to-point basis, so each point that he gets, how many points per game on his hit rate? How many of the total points played do you think he's won total career? If he has an 80% win rate?
90-something percent.
54%. That is what creates the edge.
54%.
Just over half of all the points he's won. And that's what makes him the best. That's the kind of stat that you have to wrap your head around if you're trying to be like that trader. That is the stat. And you'll see that kind of stat on a lot of professional athletes. Mm-hmm. So he's not winning because he's getting every single shot, but he's 54%. But overall, that's enough to win him 84% of all games.
I wonder if that's unique to Roger Federer, because that's
that's unique. It's unique to professional.
Oh yeah,
athletes.
I get the analogy. I think that's. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Like to get to the Hall of Fame, you got to bat 300, so you got to hit the ball 3 out of every 10 times.
Yeah.
You know, so that means you're not getting on base 70% of the time.
Exactly.
So it's a very, very similar float there as well. So yeah, man, I mean, a lot of analogies will work in everything. That's true in all life, right? I mean, you go to the bar, you know, you take your shot, you don't know what exactly is going to work out there. You might take 100 shots and only being successful a couple times. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
So you can,
I mean, you think about like trading. You only need to kind of roll it a few times to really make it big, right?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, we did it live right on the show. I said that one trade there on AMD, we made back like a third of what we lost.
Yeah.
So one trade, I took 10 trades going short. That one trade. So you had actually talked about that before, and you and I had gone back and forth with that. New all-time highs today, by the way. Wilson Capital over there. 150 right now. Now that I look at it, it's actually, I said all-time highs, but I mean, you're right here right now. We might have had a wick above that 152 area, but looks like we'll come into all-time high closing prices right now for Robinhood. So great stock there. And again, just a little bit beat up over the last couple of days, but every day there was a battle back, and today's a big one there on Robinhood. We were trying to get long this name if it ever came into the 50 again, and it hasn't. So huge opportunity there for Robinhood. It's why we bought some more SoFi. It's why I pulled the trigger on some more Webull today in the long-term account. So yeah, we're all over this right now. I like the financial sector. I think there's a lot of opportunities in some of these lower names. Quick check on the temperature of the shutdown right now. We are in day 8. Oh wow, okay, it's even higher right now, 24 days. This morning when we looked at it, it was 21, 22. Oops, right there. So this is what it looks like, 24.4 days right now is the forecast. So it looks like it's finally starting to go to the no side. So maybe we're underneath that. Let's hope that this is settled by, Halloween. That would be real nice right there. Boo, Kalshi. Hopefully that number goes lower. What's up, Adara?
Yeah, keep an eye here on GOGL. I'm just seeing apparently a federal judge, and if I get more details, this will let you know, but reportedly a federal judge is considering remedies in a Google search case, and that Google itself is apparently trying to get the right to bundle Gemini AI with Maps and YouTube. So some Google bundling news, not a huge move on the stock, guys. Back to you.
Okay. I see the super chat here, Charlie Kirk. I'm going to put it on the screen here if I can find it. There it is. Oh, you already put it on. Okay. So all I was going to say is first of all, Neil is the one that said he liked it better than the other one, Squid Game. But then you and I had this talk about Alice in Borderland as well. Yeah. And I want to just tell you, Charlie.
Squid Games was the Korean one. And then that's what I got mixed up yesterday, because I was like, oh no, one is right. Squid Games was the Korean one, and then Yeah,
this is the one where all of Japan Tokyo is they're all out of. But so I was gonna say, just give it. I think episode 2 and 3 is what got me going a little bit better. So just I understand you only watched one episode. But
can't judge it based off.
Give it another shot.
Let the story build. Let the story build.
Charlie is what I was gonna say. And if you don't like it after episode 3. Scram. That's all. Yeah. I was gonna say, give it a shot. Give it a shot. Don't rule it out, my guy.
Don't rule it out.
Over there, it's only 40 minutes an episode. There, it's pretty. I don't know.
It's good stuff.
It's unique, but it's pretty violent.
If you like it, you like it.
Yeah, if you like it, you like it. I like that. All right, so
AMD, man. Again, another one.
There's another one. Oh, that's what I wanted to get to, was AMD. Yeah, like good thing we sort of got out there when we punched out, because now you're right back. You're going to close at those highs. Yeah. So, sorry, David. I know that you were just kind of joking about that 217, or maybe you weren't, but yeah, that 217. Pretty easy trade there today just to go long on AMD. We just got a bunch of shorts. So, we're going to kick that out right there. It's going to be Joe and Adara on the recap show today. So, join Joe and Adara. That should be a lot of fun for that, as I got to go home and get a little...
You're ready.
Refreshed up there. Yeah. We've got an event tonight that TraderTv.live is going to be sponsoring as well. So we're going to be there doing some of that, and then tomorrow we off. And I don't want to drink too much tonight, as we got to be prepared for the surgery.
Are you not supposed to drink before your surgery?
I asked. They said it's fine.
They said it's fine? All right, so
we'll get hammered. No, I don't think we'll do that. The kids, we'll get it all figured out. It's curriculum night, but
okay. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know if Neil's back tomorrow. Hopefully we do. And thank you, Mike Peter Ryder. I do hope that the surgery goes well. Just a quick little lash on the eye, but they say it's no screens for like, they said 6 to 7 days, but I'm already planning to be back here Monday, so. We'll be back here. We do have on Monday, we are going to be visited by the Trade the Pool gang. So make sure that, that's another reason why I do want to make sure that I'm trying to come back for that time, whether or not I'm able to sit here and actively trade or look like a pirate, have one eye covered up. Who knows what we're going to do around here, but that is the plan for now. Just take Thursday, Friday off, come back stronger than ever and more bionic on Monday. Obi. So good luck to you over the next couple of days, and we'll get that all figured out right now. But yeah, one more minute until the market on close and balance. AMD is pulling off a little bit from its highs. We'll have to wait to see where the imbalances are coming from here today, and if it is an AMD kind of a day here for the imbalance. I'm going to get that all loaded up right now, Obi. And you're not in anything? No, you've only traded the one name today?
I'm not in anything. I'm watching this AMD close into 235.
Did you take a trade now on that, or is it too late?
Here's the thing. It's not too late because you know when I'm going to take a trade, and I think Joe knows when I'm going to be taking a trade on AMD today when I go swimming a little later tonight.
Oh, in the blue ocean.
In the ocean.
But see, so you just think that you have an advantage there because there's not as many players. That's the thing, right? It's like you see levels get wiped.
No, not necessarily. I just think I might have an advantage in just
execution
in the tape. I think that's like I think my strengths lie in reading tape, and I'll leave it at that. So on Blue Ocean, things can be very distinct. I'll say that.
Okay, good. I like to hear that.
It is what it is. Sometimes here's the thing. Like I was talking to Joe about it as well. Yeah, here are the imbalances. Anything crazy?
I've never seen StubHub on this thing before. Yeah. There goes StubHub. We haven't looked at this in a minute. What the hell's up with StubHub today? Why did I miss? How did I not see this one time today? StubHub up 15% right now, taking out $20 again. Look at StubHub. Look at this, man. Loopy loop. Nice move there for Stubbs. Wow, okay. NVIDIA with a buy as well there. Joby with a sell. They had an offering today, but they battled back. There's a lot of people, a lot of traders that liked Joby, so no surprise that came back upside. We probably should have focused a little bit more on that one as well. HUT 8, another stock that I was involved in like single digits, man, and too bad we got out of that one, but 666, oh no. But yeah, HUT 8, nice move upside there today as well as crypto definitely battling back, so that's nice to see there for HUT 8. BAC, nothing too. Kenview with a bid. How low is that? Still $16, so not great for Kenview. The name that I like is Snapchat. If that can get back into the $7, we've talked a little bit about this before as well. Nice 3% move. Oh, actually did almost come back into 7. These are the kind of levels I'm looking at though. 760, 750 there for Snapchat. But yeah, StubHub a good one. CMG a sell. We like. Ooh, that's Apple. Apple's not up 3%, is it? No, up 0.6% today. Apple's one of the ones hovering near its all-time highs. If you want to get
golden, man.
This trade tomorrow, Obi, maybe, man, breaking through 260.
I'm waiting. I got my alert.
A good story there on Apple. One story away from that. Wow, this actually looks better. I knew this was here, but just look at it, man. Just bouncing off of that. You're either going to look back and be like, why didn't I short this, or...
Yeah, you got to throw up your alerts now, guys, because that level's coming in real soon.
Yeah, Blue Ocean's only level 2, right?
So, sorry, say again? No, there's charts.
No, how many levels deep?
Oh, I don't know. I think it probably goes down
one
to
book,
right here.
2 books?
No, it's just one gate.
Oh, just one. So there's no book on it, is what I was saying.
No, there's a book. There's a book.
But just one level. Or there's a book, 5 levels?
There's a book, yeah.
Like on Nasdaq,
there's a full book, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a full book.
I didn't know if someone was asking about it.
It's a full book. I don't know how deep I have my access. Market access to, but yeah, I can see the like if somebody shows up on the book, you'll see it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I saw someone in the chat asking about that.
Circle.
All right, man. 2:35.
Carter asking Circle thoughts. We can take a look at that. Sure, why not? Circle. It's been a good one as of recent. CRCL Internet Group. Maybe a crypto-related ticker for those of you who are wondering. And this thing's been consolidating, so let's see what it's been up to on a higher time frame. I am watching this for maybe a bigger picture move on this name. I like the way it's kind of consolidated, kind of holding up. This downtrend, like a lot of selling, right? Post IPO. beautiful run up all the way up to 300. We were there. Nice capitulation at that 300. A little difficult to read, but there nonetheless. Lower highs coming in real nice, 260s, and then a beautiful fade all the way down to 130s, 108s. 108s were the lows there just a few weeks ago at the beginning of September. But since then, we've broken this downtrend. Right, we've broken this downtrend. We've started to go a little bit sideways, and maybe now we're starting to step up a little bit as well. So I do like that. I do like that hold of structure. Let's see how high we can get. That's the question, right? Aggressive supply, aggressive selling, pretty much all in this area. A lot of overhead resistance, I would say, on this one, and all of it's recent. All of it's within the past few months. So still has a long ways to go if it can step up and get a little bit higher. So yeah, I like the look on Circle, but we're gonna have to look at some of these consolidations and these ranges to see where it'll go from there.
All right, we talked a little bit about this earlier, but there is Trade the Pool Beat Ackman live trading competition is now live. Starting October the 8th, which is today, to the 10th, every day Ackman makes his move. Your mission is to outperform him. Just beat his return. Prove you got what it takes. Then the grand finale will be right here Monday, the 13th, on Trader TV with the Trade the Pool team live in studio. There's over 600,000 in prizes up for grabs. There's 25,000, 50,000, and even 100,000 evaluation accounts now offered, plus surprise giveaways during the live show. Don't just watch, compete. Beat Ackman, win big. Scan that QR code right now on your screen to become involved in that promotion from Trade the Pool. So, thanks Gotham House. They're talking about, I'll sleep for the first 48 hours, keep my eyes closed as long as I can, wake up just to put in the eye drops. Yeah, I've got the best helpers in my house, so they're going to be there doing everything. I just hope that I can go on Sunday. My daughter has either a game or a practice, but I'd like to go to see that. And I'm already missing baseball on the weekend for this and everything like that. And hopefully the Blue Jays will end it tonight, and then I don't have to worry about not seeing them on Saturday or Friday when Game 5 is there. So, happy NHL. Wait a minute, did NHL start yesterday or today? Anyways, it's the Maple Leafs start tonight. Okay. So that season, Obi, is starting now.
That season's
along with the
because
NBA.
Winter is coming.
Exactly. Is that a Game of Thrones reference or something like that?
I used to love that show, and then they absolutely butchered the end.
Did they butcher the end? I didn't really watch Game of Thrones too much. By the way, NVIDIA.
Not too happy with that one.
Money. Congrats to all that thought NVIDIA would make new day's high at close.
Yeah, I mean, it's trying. AMD definitely is.
This is just an absolute unreal move for AMD today. Up another 11% on...
Long and strong.
On what? You know, I asked earlier this morning as I was getting railroaded, and I was just like, why is AMD doing this? And it was like, got upgraded.
89 size.
Okay, well, it got mooned right there. Nice upgrade there as it moons and continues to go higher. Oh, a stock that we had some talk about over the last couple of days was also...
Exit lick.
I just talked about getting... GME. That's what I want to talk about. That was a great level today at 24 bucks. This is something to look out for. We did bounce off of that. I do like this level there on the daily for GameStop. So that's another interesting little spot there for GME if anybody's interested in that. I like that. I like what Webull did today. I like that it made some bottoms on. So I bought today as well in my account. We did initially go short. This is a good successful story for me today, as it was the number 1 idea on here. We won't go out as a profitable day today, but not bad. We made some money there. We made some money, a lot of money back on AMD. But yeah, Webull's going to go out near the highs. So again, on a day where expiration is now up, the lockup is now over, it looks like Webull now has some buyers and might have found that bottom. So good trading there if you're able to get that. My best out there. I'm not long in the PA down here, but nice little move there into 1140, 1150. So nice move there for Webull. I think here. How about prediction time?
Yes, sir.
AMD tomorrow. I believe it opens north of 240.
Okay.
Like I think it opens there. Like I think when we come in tomorrow, well, I won't come in, but I think it'll be above 240. You think that?
I mean, it's well within range. It is very likely, I think.
Okay, Jason says under 230.
Within range for sure, but I'm gonna be patient. I like the push. I like 230s. Like we're pushing up aggressively. Intel's a buy. Nvidia was a buy. Nvidia's getting aggressively bid up as well. So is the market. All day trend on the Nasdaq and the ES, and a few stocks as well. AMD being one of the top ones. It's just a full day grind up trend, literally printing at its highs going into the close alongside with the futures. So yeah, I think 240s well within range of tomorrow's opening session. But I gotta wait and see, man. I gotta wait. If we're gapping up above 240, then yeah, I'm definitely gonna be looking for us to sustain those levels and continue this aggressive bid. But if we are a little overextended, stuff today was a little bit squeezy. The market was aggressively strong as well. So maybe market dependent at the same time, right? Because Nvidia didn't really get that aggressive. Apple didn't really get too aggressive. Alphabet's flat. Amazon was pretty strong, but pulling back as well. And Tesla didn't do anything crazy either. So
David agrees there. AMD continue up there. Quantum superposition. Wow. Okay. And entanglement. So we'll figure out their
superposition and entanglement apply to trading. That's so funny. I was talking to Jose about this as well. I'm just like, you know, I pointed out I pointed out a resistance level this morning, and I was like, well, I pointed it out to like 6,000 people. So just like the wave particle duality, when something is observed, it might act a little bit differently. So I definitely agree with you on that one there for sure. But we'll see. You know, it is what it is. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't forget the bell brought to you by VFS. That's VinFast.
Yeah, ticker VFS right there. All right. Obi, man, thank you for everything you've been doing for us for the last week or so, man. I mean, it's been a pleasure to be here. It's been awesome to listen to you rant and go on about. No, but I mean, it's fine.
No, I mean, it's been a pleasure sitting beside you,
explaining your logic and some of the trading ideas. I think there's a lot to gain from different perspectives and different methods and all that. Because at the end of the day, that's why I started on a prop floor, and that's why a lot of us did. I mean, right now we don't have anybody behind us, but it's the sharing of ideas. Like you just mentioned, talking with Jose, talking with other traders, talking with certain ones that trade Canada and Europe and all throughout to get different ideas, see how we can implement them into our own trading, and just see how we can become better traders, better people, and better everything overall. And I think a lot of it does come from our audience as well. I mean, some of the great advices that we get into there, and it really means a lot to us to continue to be back and hear all these stories and share yours with us. And we want to thank everybody for all of the super chats one more time. I'm a little best 3-day gain in 9 years for AMD, up 43% in 3 days. Isn't that unreal? Anyways, yeah. So I'm gonna get that eye surgery done. I am a little bit nervous about it. All you guys, the fact I was talking about it, I started to feel some anxiety about that, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah. And we'll be able to come back here stronger than ever and a little bit more bionic than we exactly are. And I'm gonna tell them to put something in so I can see the charts better. More just
like bionic vision.
Bionic, yeah. So it's like every time it sees a winning trade, it's supposed to like flash. I don't want that. Then I'll feel like there's something going on right there. But okay, thanks everybody for watching.
Thank you guys.
It is the recap show. Obi will be back tomorrow, and right now it's Joe, and it's Adara. It's your dream team on the desk.
Hello, guys. So happy to be here with you on this afternoon show. No guests, no earnings, just coverage of stuff. That being said, there are a couple small caps. If you guys have questions for those small cap earnings for me, please let me know. I will do my best to cover them. How are you doing today, Joe?
I'm doing fantastic. It was an exciting day. There's no questioning that within the markets. There was a lot of things moving. We had AMD climbing, and we had some of the other big names. We had a big-time crypto recovery later in the afternoon as well, too, Dara. So it's been a fantastic session. It has not been lackluster whatsoever.
No, I mean, certainly really exciting. Let's go over some of the stories that we had on watch. Some of these actually from previous days. We had Tesla budget models revealed yesterday, the standard Model Y and Model 3. And I have to say, this reaction was, at least in the first day, not really what we wanted, but Tesla was relatively strong today, Joe.
Yeah, it was extremely strong. Now, Adair, I know we were all waiting for this Model 2. We were waiting for that cheaper vehicle. We got it, but it wasn't in the form that we were exactly expecting. And you've seen Tesla in the latter half of the session as well, starting to climb a little bit higher. So that's a really good look, guys. We'll pull up the chart, and then we're going to take a look at what we got going on with Tesla from a daily standpoint. Guys, we're only about 8% off of that previous all-time high. Is this going to be the fuel that ignites even more of the Tesla fire, where we go and maybe in the near future, Adair, go and test those previous all-time highs?
Yeah, let's find out. I really quickly, before we get to the next story, I do want to mention another stock we're going to talk about in a couple seconds here. Anyway, I'm just seeing that Alibaba has completed its exchange offer for its outstanding senior note. So completion, usually these are not super big movers, but I wanted to mention that nonetheless. Let's talk here about something that was a huge mover yesterday, Oracle and this AI-related profit. The information basically saying that for the last quarter, so the quarter we already completed, their margins for their NVIDIA cloud rental business only 14% compared to overall margins of roughly 70%. This led to some skepticism about this model, especially given how aggressively Oracle has been guiding their cloud. They said apparently their remaining performance obligations in that space grew 359% year over year last quarter. Very lofty guidance, but as of right now, maybe not showing up as much in the profit.
Yeah, absolutely, Darren. I think that's been the issue from the get-go. As soon as we heard this deal announced, and after that previous earnings report, the first thing that I heard a lot of analysts speaking about was the fact that what is the margins going to be like? Are they going to be compressed? Are they going to expand? And they're going to go with the first one. They're going to start to compress, and they're not going to be that relatively high. Why? The cost of energy and the cost of obviously all the compute power as well too. But even though they're getting the backlog, I still like to look at Oracle. But Darren and I, we touched on this. The guidance, maybe overly slightly optimistic.
Yeah, I don't want to get into this again because I did. People who were like, oh, Derek, you're getting too excited about this. I went through like all of their Form 8K filings going back to 2019, 2020, and I could not find any concrete mention of actual concrete like quarterly data for this metric until 2023. And then even further, I couldn't find them mentioning it in their Form 8K until this quarter. So take that how you will. Again, I don't want to bore people with this point again. But let's get here into NVIDIA and XAI. Odd little, not partnership, but NVIDIA reportedly here putting about 10% of the overall funding round for XAI, $20 billion funding round. NVIDIA apparently contributing $2 billion. This partnership could be more than just these two companies. This could be a much larger thing in the works.
Yeah, a much bigger ecosystem. But we're seeing a lot of this here and there in this AI race. A lot of these hyperscalers are starting to team up. At the beginning, it was like, okay, we know that OpenAI and Microsoft were having some issues. Well, guess what? They're going to team up with NVDA. Oh, we want to take a stake into AMD as well, too. So we're seeing a lot of these big chip makers and these hyperscaling companies start to partner up. And I think that's a positive thing for America.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out, I guess. Again, this is still a report. We don't have all the details, but Intel did catch a downgrade this morning, though. It got a price target increase, but also reports that they're going to be unveiling their 18A chip tomorrow. So not today, tomorrow. This isn't even like the news yet. This is just a cute little teaser of what we could get here. Lip-Bu Tan has proven to be a very aggressive and active leader, for lack of a better term, with Intel. He's calling up companies, apparently an excessive amount of companies, trying to get them to make deals with and invest in Intel. So let's see if these investments or attempts are successful beyond the money they already got from NVIDIA. I also want to mention here AMD, which is not on this list, so I'm going to mention it now. This is AMD's best 3-day gain in 9 years. In this 3-day period, AMD is up, and I am not joking, 43%. So congrats to the AMD bulls and the AMD shareholders. This thing is, always maximizing that money. Yeah, really bad pun. But yeah, let's talk a little bit about a different chip maker, Intel, here.
Yeah, absolutely, Adara. So it's really interesting here. So ever since Donald Trump and company decided to take a 10% stake into Intel, this stock has been up 47%. Now they're striking deals left, right, and center. AMD also getting a deal done with Intel as well. And then also with the likes of NVDA investing some capital into the company. So I was talking about this. As soon as the government got involved, I don't think it's any form of a coincidence that they're starting to gain a couple more customers. And you have some of these big names starting to invest in the company as well, too.
Yeah, and I mean, that hopefully we're able to see a little bit more. We know that AMD Intel deal was all, or I guess foundry rumors. Those were all but denied by AMD CEO Lisa Su, who when asked about it in Bloomberg with an interview, she denied it without even mentioning the company's name, which is cold. So we're gonna have to wait and see what happens there. But Alibaba, we have an executive from the company, Justin Lin, announcing via an X post actually that they basically have a robotics unit starting up. We know they also invested in a robotics-related startup a while back, and that the CEO of the company is really trying to accelerate their investments in AI in general. So, I mean, Alibaba and robots, how much of the business do you think this is going to take up here going forward?
Oh, that's a great question there, Adara. It's a really tough one to answer, but I like the deal. Alibaba, this thing has been on an absolute monster run as well, too. And then we got the likes of Roblox. I believe it received an upgrade as well yesterday. RBLX, boom. And I mean, this name has been on a phenomenal run since the early April. We're up 150% off of those April lows. We know what's going on with Alibaba. They're spending the capital as well, too. They want to get involved in the robotics. They're building data centers in the likes of South American countries. So there's a lot going on within these two names.
Yeah, let's talk here about Amazon. Kind of a weird story, and I think probably for now a nothing burger. The stock did well initially today, at least. Amazon reportedly trying to push into the healthcare space. So, or I guess not reportedly, I guess they announced this here. They're pushing to healthcare, and a really good time for it too with Trump RX, with a lot of these companies trying to lower their drug prices specifically for Trump RX. I wonder if Amazon has a hard time in this space, but either way, AMZN, known for doing everything, now in a very different and very crowded avenue.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there, Adair. I mean, I've heard about this story from a while ago. Now it's starting to actually come into play. But I was mentioning it earlier. We have the likes of Google. They're in many, many different spaces. And we're starting to see Amazon expand their horizon as well, too, being the likes of Zoox. We got AWS, the e-commerce business, also in the streaming business, and now hopping into the therapeutics. So not too bad of a look. I think it's a tough business. We know XLV has been lagging for quite some time. But, I mean, these guys have the capital, and I think they're willing to spend it to see what they can potentially gain from it.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of capital, Joby trying to raise some capital through a $513 million offering, I believe, 30.9 million shares. And for, I guess, 30.9 million shares priced at $16.95 a share. If I remember correctly, I'm just doing that off the top of my head. But either way here, Joby with a stock offering, stock down a little bit today. But I mean, they're trying to, their cause here is noble with regards to what they want to use the money for, right? They mentioned commercialization. They mentioned being able to get these pilots licensed and ready to go for that commercial unit. And I think clearly, yes, you're doing this offering. You are going to be diluting some shareholders. But the ultimate goal is, I think, to drive value for the company.
Absolutely, I think so, Dara. We're still in the early stages of this name, and they definitely need to raise some capital. It's not in the likes of what we were talking about earlier in the day, where you have the likes of GameStop looking to raise capital. When the actual foundry business is declining, I think this is going to be the opposite here, raising capital. This is going to be an emerging space. We have the likes of Archer as well, too. So I really like what we got going on here, and I believe it's early days for the likes of Joby and for Archer, Dara.
Yeah, let's talk here about this Confluent story. And again, very funny, we get this a day that Obi's here, known for saying Confluence a lot, but Confluent reportedly set to go private, and this follows pretty massive take-private deals from companies like, we had EA, we had Dayforce. Again, this is just a report here for Confluent, but the Dayforce and EA reports were verified and confirmed and announced pretty shortly after they were reported. So we're going to have to wait and see if we get some confluence for these reports with an actual deal here for Confluent. Either way, Joe, the stock stock gapped up, but kind of sold off after the open.
Yeah, I mean, as for CFLT, very interesting one, and it's not one that we trade on a day-to-day basis, Adara. And I like that you mentioned up the EA potential going private as well too. So I don't know if
EA is, they confirmed.
Yeah, they're going private there. So what you said not until 27, I believe.
Yeah, first half of 27 is the goal.
First half of 27 is the goal for EA to go private. And I mean, as for Confluent, it's very, very interesting. We don't talk about this name that often, but we're starting to see a lot more companies on. I'm not going to say the lower end of the spectrum there, Adara, but we're seeing it more often than not with some of these names going private.
Yeah, I mean, let's see here what happens there. Salesforce, though, and this is a story that I think right now is kind of a nothing burger, but as we mentioned today on the midday, very much has the potential to not be going forward. So Salesforce announcing there was a hack. They're not going to give into the ransom. They're going to try to contain the situation themselves. But if they don't contain the situation, guys, that means that data from these customers could unfortunately be revealed. So the stakes here are action movie levels of high stakes, for lack of a better term. This could go either way, Joe.
Yeah, Salesforce. I mean, this name has been absolutely interesting. We talk about the AI boom and agentic moves as well too, and Salesforce has not been participating whatsoever. We're still in that steady downtrend, guys. If we can pull up the chart, I'm waiting for this name to break out. I like Benioff. I think he's a brilliant man and a brilliant individual. It's just unfortunate that he's lagging in this race and in this boom with zero participation. This name, Adara, from the all-time high is still down 34%, when across the board we have some of these big AI names putting in all-time highs and even trading up to 20 and 30% above them.
Yeah, I was just looking at that stock too, and I think CRM is one that is going to be a little bit beaten up going forward. I want to go over a name that actually wasn't on that rundown right now, though, Joe, before we get into these stories again here.
Yeah.
AMD. AMD, as I mentioned, up a whopping 43% in a 3-day period. That is it's been 9 years since they've had this type of record. So go to give your hats off there to Dr. Lisa Su and her Pepsi Blue suit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Pepsi earnings tomorrow morning. But AMD here, I mean, this is at all-time highs. This is a blue sky setup. We can't look for any areas of resistance overhead. How would you approach this name tomorrow from a trading perspective?
You know what, Adara, like it's such a funny look because we were expecting it to be AMD and NVDA neck and neck in the AI race. Maybe not neck and neck. NVDA going to lead the way, but we expected AMD to be number 2, and it took over a year. March of 24 is when it last peaked, but now it's really starting to play catch up. We got upgrades coming out left, right, and center on this name. Teaming up with OpenAI, I think you have to remain bullish on this.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to be looking long on this on these names specifically. We're breaking out. We're coming out of a long duration downtrend. Even though I guess from April we've broke those levels, but I think as we're breaking through that previous peak, that 225 level, I think there's going to be plenty of room for this name to continue and head north.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly in a really good position here to go forward and to continue to.
And sorry, one more thing. Lisa Su releasing, I believe, the MI350 in 26.
Yeah, I mean, I know that it certainly has some chips coming out going forward here too, right? So that's certainly something to be aware of. Joe, do you want to go over these stories really quickly here one more time? Let's start with Tesla. And again, guys, we're just going to go over this news so that you guys can be prepared for tomorrow. Today, we're looking at the biggest stories that were maybe moving the market today or that we had on watch. And so with that in mind, we are going to start here with TSLA one more time. Tesla here with those budget EVs, Model Y and Model 3 starting at just under 40,000 and 37,000 respectively. We do have this EV tax credit disappear, and a lot of people, Joe, were attributing that kind of crazy blowout number for the Tesla deliveries for Q3 to people trying to buy these up before the EV tax credit ends. Do you think these help, these new cheaper standard models, help, hurt, or don't impact their sales for the next quarter?
Oh, that's a great question. You know what, Adara? We all know it's going to be coming in as a lower margin product. It can hurt them, especially if they're not getting the sales. If those deliveries come underestimated, that can really hurt the stock. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it can go a lot of ways there for Tesla. The sales beat, and the next thing you know, everybody's loving this new revamped Model Y. But at the end of the day, I think it can go either way. I think we just need to wait for that next deliveries report to see how the actual vehicle is going to perform.
Yeah, well, what I wonder too is because they have the Model Y and the Model 3 are reported together as one, I guess, clump of deliveries. And the other ones are the quote unquote other vehicles. So that's where like the Cybertruck goes, the Model S, the Model X, the less popular vehicles. So I wonder if these standard vehicles go into the main category or the other category. It's not super relevant, but I do think it'll be interesting to see if they try to boost the other sales by putting the cheaper models in that. I think they'll probably keep them with the Model Y and the Model 3, but either way.
What do you think? What do you think about that, Adira? How do you think it's going to impact Tesla, the new revamped Model Y?
I think it's, like I said, I think it's kind of cheap, and I don't even mean that as a pun. I do think it's a little weird to have a sunroof that you can't use because you can't afford the normal Model Y and Model 3. I almost feel like it's a bit of a middle finger, for lack of a better term, and I'm sorry for using that word, guys, to people who can't afford these vehicles. Like, I think it's kind of odd to have these luxury elements so close you can touch them. You can literally touch them, you just can't use them. So I have some issues with that. But either way, let's talk here a little bit about Oracle, ORCL. I do want to clarify, and it is mentioned in this fun infographic you can find at Exit TTV Research. This report from the information was actually disputed. Fox News, or Fox Business, they're actually reporting hours after this initial report from the information went live. They said that the report was quote unquote off base and that it didn't reflect Oracle's actual cloud related financials. Joe, that doesn't change the fact that the information did report that NVIDIA's cloud business last quarter, 14% gross margins compared to their overall gross margins of 70%. And with that massive guidance, it makes sense the street did not love this report or this piece of information.
Absolutely. I mean, as you bring up the 70% margins in some of the chip names, that's high for a physical product. Now, as for these cloud services, I mentioned it not too long ago as well, too, is that the fact that that was the primary issue, is what are the margins going to look like? They're taking some of Google's backlog and they're going to look to store some of that data, which I found extremely interesting. Google Cloud being one of the largest cloud providers out there with AWS and Azure. So I find it extremely interesting. This forward guidance, Adair, we talk about it off, but we're going to close it off right here. This can either, we've seen what it did to the stock, but if they do not come in better than expectations on the next earnings report, watch out. You might see some danger in this name because we are slightly extended. So I'm really intrigued and I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming out next.
Yeah, I think it'll be, Oracle's certainly going to be in watch either way. I do want to mention, thank you to Los Pollos Hermanos for bringing this up. Costco released their September wholesales or September sales numbers. They said that these came in, I guess, 26.58 billion net sales for the retail month of September. That is up 8% from 24.62 billion last year. So nice year-over-year increase for Costco September sales. How this usually goes for Costco, it moves post-market and the stock doesn't really care the day after. As someone who trades stocks like Costco pretty frequently, Costco is really only one that you can trade on day one earnings and maybe day two if you squint, but it's not really one that's going to move permanently in stocks like this. That being said, if you are involved in Costco, we're trying to look at how Costco is, moving. I do want to mention to you guys, 8% year-over-year increase for Costco. September comparable sales, I'm getting more data for this right now, up 5.1% in September. Canada, 6.3% in September, 5.1% was for the U.S. Other international sales up 8.5% for September. The company sales, comp sales up 5.7%. And digitally enabled comparable sales, Joe, up a whopping 26.1%. September was great for Costco.
Absolutely.
So shout out to COST. I do want to talk here again about NVIDIA and this XAI story because we talked a lot about Tesla. This robotics element here, and I said this earlier, I actually think this might be kind of the secret little piece of interest from this story. And again, this isn't even confirmed yet, but if NVIDIA does contribute to this XAI funding round and we get the shareholders voting for XAI to be a part of Tesla, which we know that Elon is not necessarily a huge fan of, but shareholders want, what does that mean for the robotics aspect of the business?
Wow, that's a fantastic question. I mean, it can go. I don't think it can go either way. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think the partnership between NVDA and XAI is going to be amazing, especially leading into certain things. We know that NVDA has their autonomy division as well too, that is slowly starting to pick up steam, growing year over year, which I really, really like. But then also interpreting it into robotics, I think that's going to be a big time partnership. And it goes back to the point, Adair, of me saying these big companies are really starting to participate together and team up together, and seeing XAI and NVDA start the partnership, I think that's another check in the box for the good books. Yeah,
it'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on here for sure. Now, next off, we're going to talk about Intel, again, reportedly set to unveil its 18A chip tomorrow. That's going to be their fully in-house manufactured laptop CPU. Now, a lot of people are saying if they do well with this, this could be a big change for their foundry business, but AMD already all but denied saying that they're going to use their foundry business. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang, who literally Nvidia invested in Intel, he even, he put it quite kindly, but he was like, we're happy with TSM. So, what's it going to take for people to switch to the Intel foundry? Because I don't know if it's just going to be one chip.
Well, it's not going to be one chip, Adara. We know that they're releasing the new laptop chip as well, too. But I mentioned the point that just from a gaming aspect, a lot of individuals are moving from the Intel chips into the Ryzen. They're really, really big. So what is it going to take for Intel to gain more customers and popularity amongst these massive hyperscalers? I personally don't have the answer to that, but it's going to have to be something that is breakthrough and catches the eye and that can compete with the likes of AMD and with the likes of NVDA.
Yeah, we're gonna have, that's a really good point too with the gaming, because we know that's the space that Nvidia once dominated and they now struggle with. I've heard good things about Ryzen. Let's see if Intel can compete. Let's talk here about Alibaba BABA with the robotics team being launched. Apparently a fairly small team, according to the, I guess, Justin Lin, who is a member of their executive team. This is CEO Eddie Wu on screen, and he recently said the company's really trying to boost or beef up their AI spending. So, I mean, AI, robotics, all of this, probably great areas for Alibaba to push into. And Joe, we also know that their Quen models have been really well received. So robotics and Quen, probably good look.
Really, really good look, man. These guys are competing. This is an AI arms race, and there's no debating that. We've seen the likes of China's largest companies really starting to put up that capital expenditure as well, too. So, I mean, it's a lot closer than what we think it's going to be. I'm curious to see what Alibaba's going to do. We know that they're building data centers in South America, so they're really starting to expand. The one thing from a technical standpoint, this is BTC. I'm going to ask Adara a question about this momentarily before we head on to the next story. But as for Alibaba, we know the overnight risk. We know the Chinese stimulus as well, too, stepping in. Now, we are not even relatively close to the previous all-time high, but we cannot deny the fact that continuously with this AI spend, Alibaba has been performing phenomenally off of those April lows. Liberation Day lows, you are up 87.5% on Alibaba. Now, Adara, I want to touch on one thing. You and I were talking about this earlier in the day. You said we don't believe that we're going to see that September rate cut. Aside from that, I want to lead to the next thing, the prolonged government shutdown. It's going to be shut down longer than what we expected it to. We've seen it on the poly markets, which what Sean's always looking at. Now, we're seeing a pump in the crypto space. Do you think that it's a transition and a rotation into something that's decentralized so that individuals and the average person doesn't have to be so reliant on the government?
I mean, here's the thing, like as we discussed, the government's gone up every shutdown over the last 30 years. They've only been 5. As you can see, the biggest move by far was actually the longest shutdown in U.S. governmental history. It was 35 days long. So poly markets basically expecting this to be the second largest shutdown, second longest shutdown. So if that is the case, I mean, hey, our previous example is about 11.81% gain. So that's not necessarily a bad thing. That being said, either way, the markets are not always rational, right? If people are scared, they are very likely to go to things like crypto. And what's interesting, too, is that bump in crypto did kind of correspond with these votes on the shutdown, indicating it was going to last a bit longer. So I guess to answer your question, albeit in a bit of an indirect way, I don't think that there is a reason to panic, but I think people are panicking. And with that panic, Joe, and people, I do think that the move to crypto, and we saw gold, silver pushing higher. I think these move to commodities and to Bitcoin and to things that are not necessarily related to the market, even U.S. dollar being really strong lately, I think it does make sense. Whether or not it's warranted is another issue. But I think Bitcoin having this pop and already kind of technically moving into all-time highs in tandem with the shutdown probably helped it out a little bit as well.
No, absolutely. And I mean, we've seen the start of the crypto rally at the beginning of the government shutdown. When the talks were first coming, we went on that 8-day winning streak in Bitcoin, and then we sold off aggressively yesterday with the news that we're going to experience some heightened inflation. Well, guess what? The FOMC minutes come out today, and what happens with Bitcoin? You trade right back up to almost $124,000. So October, 100%. There's no questioning that, but I think a lot of it is correlated to what we're experiencing with the American government.
Yeah, Joe, we only have like 4 minutes left now, so let's kind of prepare for tomorrow. So let's take a look here at our handy daily calendar. You can find this on X at TTV Research. Infographics galore, information galore. Please check it out. But guys, I want to talk a little bit here. TSM tomorrow morning, we just saw that Costco moved up a little bit with their stellar September sales, but another company that reports monthly sales is TSM, and they're sharing their September figures tomorrow morning. The stock, I would say more often than not, does have a move on these, and they generally tend to be pretty well received. So keep an eye here. TSM tomorrow morning may or may not be on the watch list with those September sales figures. But let's get more into the earnings here. So Pepsi and Delta we'll get into first. This infographic just dropped here on Exit TTV Research. Like wild, tons of fun facts here on Pepsi if you want to check it out. But either way, this revenue is not necessarily linear, this growth, but it does generally tend to be pushing higher. Then I'll talk here about Delta. This infographic just reposted as well here for DAL. They also report earnings before the bell, and that's not even to mention Levi's after the bell. But Joe, let's focus on tomorrow's trading day. Let's prepare the people for tomorrow's trading day.
Absolutely.
Between Delta and Pepsi, not that you have to choose, but which of these do you think for tomorrow you're going to have your eye on more closely for earnings day one plays?
It's going to be Delta, without any questions. Immediately, right away, Adara, I'm going to be looking at Delta because I think from an intraday standpoint, these moves are a little bit more easy to use. I think Pepsi's more or less for the dividend individuals. You don't see it from an intraday standpoint, but I think that Delta Airlines has that retail involvement, and that's why exactly I'm going to be looking at Delta over Pepsi.
That makes sense. Yeah, I feel like Pepsi was pretty good on earnings last quarter, but Pepsi's also kind of more maybe my type of play as well. Yeah, I think Pepsi's going to be something I'm watching, but Delta, these airlines and these travel names in general do tend to move a bit more. And to your point, Joe, the other thing with Delta is that Delta tends to be more emblematic of overall sector-wide trends or sectoral trends. Like, for example, Delta, if you're doing well in the airline space, you can look for sympathy plays, or even if you're doing badly.
AAL,
right? Yeah,
UAL.
UAL, but beyond the airlines, you could also look at travel trends in general. What about the cruise lines? What about CCL? What about NCLH? What about RCL? Pepsi has Coca-Cola, and yes, through their involvement in Rockstar, some energy drink brands as well, mostly Monster and Celsius, which Pepsi is literally already invested in. So take that how you will. But either way, I think this is an interesting note. And Hangry Wife pointing out that Pepsi has a golden cross on the year chart, the 50 crossing the 200. That's not something I'm aware of, and I don't want to opine on whether that is bullish or not, because I think often it can be, but it does depend. Either way, I think, I'm going to get pepped up for this name tomorrow, that's for sure. And I think both of them provide us with trading opportunities. But Joe, we only have 1 minute left.
We have 1 minute
30
left.
30 seconds left.
Hold on, is it this time?
It is this time.
Oh,
get it started, Joe.
Let's get it started. I'll do half, you do half. We have to shout out the one, the only Surfboard P. Mike P. the Rider. Way to stick back. Traders, stay late, guys. Charlie Tapp, I love you more. Andrew Chow, no thank you, my friends. The Rolling Griffin. Andrew Chow says, thanks, Adara. Tendy's Hunter, haha, says it. APLD tomorrow. We're going to keep an eye out on that one. Jacques, what's going on? Thank you very much. Then we got Smooth J giving me the Jamaican flag. What's up, my fellow Yardie? BTC Haven, loving the talks with you in the chat today as well. Adara, I'll give you the second half here.
Now let's take this. High vibrations. We have Jaguar Nut, the German Garage, Donkey Trader, Green Day Dean, the Tranquil Channel, Mimi P, Hamiz, SideQuest Investor, Sebastian, Daniel McEwen. We've got TD Baker, Tom Stapp, AdCentric, Trendline Tycoon, Mike Peter Ryder, Meraki, Steph Ernest, Daryl Finch, Yummy Thai Foods, Haley Nichelle, Ronaldo, Byron Hart, Michael P. DeRider once again here. We have Joe in the chat. We've got video news and Life's Interpretation. I like that one to end with. Thank you again to Sean. Obi, we hopefully Sean recovering well and everything. We had Joe and Sharif in the midday. We have Brendan, we've got Ramin, Fabian, Andre on tech, and we have all of you guys watching us every single day. And with that, that is our show. But guys, guess what? We are here tomorrow morning.
Hey, listen,
and so are Delta and Pepsi earnings.
Ramin's working over here. She's being a good, solid helper, doing her thing. So shout out to Ramin. I have no idea what she just yelled at me.
Neither,
oh, we're done. There it is.
We can find out more tomorrow.
There's Ramin working really hard, guys. Thank you all very much for joining Adara and I. Fantastic job as always, Adara.
Thank you. Same to you. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Nice work.
Nice.